Well, high school football is back here on Spanish Fork 17, and we are set and ready to go to get Friday Night Lights underway here tonight. We're at Maple Mountain High School and Golden Eagles Stadium, where we're debuting the turf, a new video board, and the Golden Eagles look to get things going tonight in a positive direction, hosting the Mountain View Bruins. Ryan Pickens alongside Chris Hurst. And Chris, opening games are always fun and excited. Both these teams are ready to go hit someone, but Chris, there's some key fundamentals tonight that you have to make sure you do, and both teams have to execute if they're going to be successful.
Yeah, absolutely. First week of the season, breaking in a bunch of new guys tonight. We'll see who does a better job as we got, looks like Mountain View will be receiving here. Mountain View comes in a little bit of a low last year. They went 1-9, and these two teams met last year. Maple Mountain won that decisively 55-22, and Maple Mountain struggled last year, only going 3-9. Previous season before that, they went all the way to the semifinals and had a 9-3 season. So Brad Burtonshaw, the only coach here ever for Maple Mountains, trying to see if he can have one of those excellent seasons.
And just like that, we're underway as this one goes deep into the end zone and through the end zone. One of Maple Mountain's strengths throughout the years has been the kicking game. And with that first kickoff, Chris, it looks like we're going to see some excellence again in kicking for Maple Mountain.
Yeah, there was no question there wasn't going to be a return there. And we're going to have to rely a lot on Ryan's for Mountain View's numbers, because I wasn't able to find a roster before the game. So my apologies to the Mountain View faithful already.
Jackson McCarty, the senior, will get the start at quarterback. The Mountain View offense, Chris, may live and die with the success that McCarty has. He had a great year last year and proved to be a playmaker, but we'll see here what he can do with the wide receiving core here for Mountain View.
And Mountain View's going to spread the ball a lot. They're going to try and get the ball in multiple receivers' hands.
First play of the year, the ball, it looks like it's fumble, it's loose. And Mountain View, I think, wins the scramble to get back on top of it. And nearly a turnover on the first play from scrimmage. But it will instead be a loss of 3 coming up here for Mountain View on first, coming up, make it 2nd and 13.
Yeah, it looks like the running back just never got the ball cleanly from McCary that time and puts it down on the ground. Mountain View's lucky to come away with it there.
So here they'll go, it looks like, with 4 wide receivers. McCarty all by himself right here on 2nd and 13. Maple Mountain almost jumped, but it looks like they're able to get back on side. 4 on the play clock. Mountain View has to hurry. They'll get it off with 1. McCarty back to throw. Takes a shot down the sideline. In a double coverage, it's intercepted. Picked off right there. That was number 28 for Maple Mountain. Gavin Corey coming up with it, the senior defensive back and tight end.
Yeah, Gavin Corey looked like he was just dropping back from his safety spot, read the quarterback's eyes, gets the INT, and Maple Mountain will start on the plus side of the field here.
Well, that will make defensive backs coach Jerry Huffman on the sideline very happy. And now we'll take a look at the Maple Mountain offense led by junior quarterback Brogan Miles.
And Brogan Miles got some time last year as Maple Mountain was looking for answers at the quarterback spot.
Nathan Heaton wearing the number 15 here for Maple Mountain, being honored with that number here. First down throw, it is complete, and that is out quickly to Easton Merrill, the junior wide receiver, and that's going to be close to about maybe 7 or 8 there on first down.
A quick start there for Maple Mountain. Unlike Mountain View, they were able to have positive yards on that first play.
Right now, just kind of looking at it, Mountain View on that drive, -2 rushing yards. Maple Mountain here already, I believe, at a +8 at 2nd down and 3. Sorry, they got 7 on first.
I'm curious to see how Brogan Miles is able to throw it with this wind.
Miles there will keep it on the option. He'll have enough for the first down. Gets down to the 31-yard line of Mountain View. And it's 1st and 10 for the Golden Eagles, and Maple Mountain driving here, Chris, to start this ball game.
Absolutely. It's been raining, so I think they were able to keep it lightly, and it looks like we might have some more rain later this evening, so we'll have to see if that plays a factor. But if you're Maple Mountain, you definitely want to get a early start before we have any inclement weather.
So right here, it's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Golden Eagles. They'll spread the field here with 3 wide receivers. Miles from shotgun will roll out, looking towards the sideline, has a receiver, that's caught. That is Jackson Denton, number 2, and Denton down right around the marker. It's going to be close whether or not he got a first down. I think it may end up being 3rd and maybe a half yard.
Denton with a big pickup there. They're going to give him the first down, I believe. Nope, he's just short. Yes, they are going to give him the first down. The chain people weren't moving when he waved his hands. But Denton is very versatile. You'll see him running the ball out of the backfield for the Golden Eagles and catching passes there. He's one of the returning starters for the Golden Eagles.
Ready to go right here up the middle on first down. That there, I believe, was the running back. That is Nathan Heaton wearing 15. I think he usually wears number 7. So if you're used to seeing Nathan Heaton wearing 7, he is wearing Bryson McQuivey's number 15. The first player this year to be honored for Maple Mountain wearing that number 15. And it will be 2nd down, about 6 for the Golden Eagles at the Mountain View 18. Miles back to throw, taking a shot, looking for the end zone, has a man caught. Touchdown, Easton Merrill, incomplete. They're going to say he stepped out right at the last minute. It looked like he had a foot down from here, Chris, but the official much closer there disagrees.
Yeah, it looked like he had just that far foot in, had control of the ball. The official was back there and probably saw, but should be easy to tell this season, the difference between the white line and the barrier with these new turf the Golden Eagles are playing on. First game ever on turf.
Brogan Miles once again. Here's the give right up the middle, and that's going to get Maple Mountain inside the 10. That's Jackson Denton. Chris talked about it a minute ago, how versatile he can be. There we saw him line up kind of in the slot, Chris. There he comes in at the tailback.
Absolutely, and wow, what a pickup by Denton. Quick speed, but that offensive line put a hole that I could have got you 3 yards through. That's saying something because I can't run, Ryan.
Denton had a great game last year when these two teams played up in Orem. The Maple Mountain, I believe it was a 55-22 victory for the Golden Eagles. Maple Mountain 1st and goal right here. 8:46 to play, opening quarter. First drive of the Golden Eagles season. Jackson Denton on the sweep. And this time it's going to be sniffed out. A nice job by Mountain View, Chris, of getting there. I believe it was number 33, Dustin Havea, the senior, getting in there for Mountain View.
And I thought that play was going to go to the end zone because Heaton threw a great block there from the running back spot, but great job by Mountain View containing the corner there and getting a big stop to bring up 2nd and goal. Loss of like 2 or 3 yards there.
So they'll move it back right now to the, looks like the 9-yard line or so. Back to throw. Miles takes a shot, has a man caught. Touchdown, Easton Merrill. And this time it is good for 6. And Maple, nope, there's a penalty flag. Hold the phone again. I am 0 for 2 on touchdown calls this year, Chris.
Easton Merrill's going to curse your name. It's
There we have a holding penalty, so that will drive Maple Mountain nuts right there, taking that touchdown off the board. Instead of being up 6-0, it's going to make it a 2nd down and goal from the 19-yard line.
And great work by the officials, quickly calling that, getting it lined up. The officials are on their A game, so we'll have hopefully less of their time.
Ready to go right here from the 19-yard line. Miles back to throw. Sets up the screen pass, has it completed. Here's Heaton at the 10 to the 5. Lowers his head down to about the 2, maybe the 3. And a nice job there. Maple Mountain going 3rd down and goal, but much more manageable, Chris, at the 3.
Yeah, you got a lot of options here at the 3-yard line, and also if you don't pick it up here, I'd just run it. Try and run it here, and if you don't pick it up, you can always go for it on 4th.
7:26 to play, opening quarter. Here it is, 3rd down, likely in 2-down territory. Maple Mountain wants to call timeout. So we'll have our first timeout of the season. Nope, that was Mountain View. The official on the sideline signaled the wrong way.
First game for the officials. Nobody's perfect. Should we hit our keys, Ryan?
Let's go ahead and hit our Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing keys to the game, and we'll get sponsors in there as well during this break.
Yeah, so we got Maple Mountain's keys to the game to win tonight. The first one is Maple Mountain needs to spread the ball out, figure out who their playmakers are, get them involved, and get them some confidence here, hopefully in a Week 1 win. Also, create turnovers. They did that on the first drive of the game where they were able to come up with an INT. And then limit penalties. Penalties can kill drives, and we saw that near penalty take away a touchdown here. Should we get a Pete, can you put our sponsors on there real quick for us? That's our Triple T keys to the game. Yeah, we got Lance Wilson, State Farm Insurance, MVP Sports, Triple T Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, Mikhail Thompson Hunter, Attorneys at Law, Clegg Auto, and Two Jacks Pizza. They make these games possible, and we've got a lot coming up this season for you.
Lots of great games, and we're only 6 minutes into the high school football season. Less than that even, probably about 5.5 into the high school football season here on Spanish Fork 17. And there's going to be a bad exchange between quarterback and running back. And right there, Mountain View able to sniff it out very quickly. I think Seth Johnson, number 99, got in there. And that's the tough exchange right there between Brogan Miles and Heaton there. Chris, and that's really what the read option is. Can you get a clean read and just a clean give there on the option?
Yeah, and with that loss, I think Maple Mountain's going to line up here for the field goal attempt. I think that's the right call this early in the game. Try and get some points off a great opening drive.
Sam Gomez, the senior kicker's on. Snap good, hold good. The kick. Not an easy night to kick, but this one is good. And Maple Mountain takes an early 3-0 lead here on Spanish Fork 17 with 6 minutes and 37 seconds to play in the opening quarter. We'll see Mountain View get the possession for the second time tonight. And Chris, when you look at what Mountain View did on that first drive, the turnover really kind of affected them, but really trying to just get something going. They only ran 2 plays. We really don't know yet what Mountain View's about offensively.
Well, it's not good when you fumble your first snap there, quarterback running back exchange that time, and then you throw an interception on your second play. So Mountain View is definitely going to want to get something going here. Maybe we'll see them try and run it on this drive, see if they can't get something going on the ground. But I have the feeling Mountain View wants to work on their passing game. I think they practice slinging the ball around, so we'll have to see here.
So right here, we'll see what Maple Mountain does as we get set and ready to go. They're going really quick here in between possessions as Sam Gomez kicks this one off deep. And this one will be returned. Nope, it will not be returned. It will be in the end zone for a touchback. You wonder, too, with the potential for inclement weather, if the officials said, hey, let's keep this one going in between possessions and try to get this one in as quickly as possible.
Possibly, but I like outside, and the radar is not necessarily matching up with what I'm seeing. It looks like it's pretty... I mean, there are a few clouds out there, but it looks pretty clear for the most part. So maybe we'll be able to get this one in and dodge it.
I know people might be saying, hey, you know, football doesn't really get canceled due to rain, but when you start getting lightning involved and some of those thunderstorms that can kind of pop up here in the late summer here in Utah, that's kind of when things can really change.
Yeah, absolutely, and it seemed like monsoon season hit us a little bit earlier. I didn't know Utah had it, but it seems like we have been getting it this year.
So McCarty from shotgun, and the Bruins will throw. They put this one out in the flat, and that is complete out to Calvin Floyd, number 4, and Floyd's going to have 9 yards.
Yeah, great out route by Floyd that time, and great timing by number 14, Jackson McCarty, there on the pass, and Mountain View's in business with 2nd and short.
So a quick gain of 9 right there, and the Bruins have their longest offensive play of the night. Ready to go right here, 2nd and short. 4 wide receivers for the Bruins, single back next to McCarty. And McCarty going to keep this one on the read option. He's got the 40. He's going to be hit around the 44-yard line. They'll give him the 45, it looks like, and that's a first down for the Bruins.
Yeah, McCarty, nice job keeping that. Gets clear into the backfield, finally meets Gavin Corey there, but that is a huge gain. Mountain View's moving.
Bruins are going quickly too, right here. Ready to go right here, 4 wide receivers. And here's a give up the middle. Not much going on right there. Maple Mountain able to sniff it out pretty quick as Pahulu got the carry right there.
A great negative play there by the Golden Eagles defense. Mountain View tries to spread them out with trips to the near side of your screen, and Mountain View, just trying to get everybody spread out, but Maple Mountain, only with 6 or 7 guys in the box, is able to sniff that out. Oh.
Ready to go right here.
B. Senior jumps offside for the Golden Eagles that time, and Mountain View will get a free 5 yards.
Dead ball, encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty remains. Second down.
So 5-yard gift there from Maple Mountain to Mountain View. Sets the Bruins up here now in a 2nd and 6.
Wow, these officials are moving fast. That is fantastic.
We'll keep an eye for you on the Spanish Fork and Cedar City game. That one being played down at Cedar. Back to throw. McCarty sets this one up out to Pahulu, number 9. And Lamisi Pahulu gets to the 42. And I think that's going to be good enough for another Mountain View first down.
Yeah, and Mountain View had a little bit of first game jitters on that first drive, but they look a lot cleaner in their execution. And that line is doing a great job of blocking for McCarty there. And I think if they're able to give him plenty of time, McCarty's got an arm on him. He's been accurate on this drive.
McCarty at quarterback here with 3 wide receivers. 4:40 to play here in the opening quarter. 7-0 Maple Mountain. McCarty back to throw, drops this one off right into it's complete. Out there to number 33, that is Havea. Right there, that's Dustin Havea, but right there was Taylor Jensen for Maple Mountain.
Yeah, Taylor Jensen, they list him at 5'7", 180, and that low center of gravity. What a great hit by him there.
So bring up a 2nd and 7 from the Maple Mountain 39-yard line. 3 wide receivers, Pahulu in the backfield next to McCarty. They throw in the slot, that's complete, and that I believe was number 1. And that's Bo Peterson on the catch.
Brought down by C.J. Fairborn from the cornerback spot, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 4 here. Mountain View probably in 4-down territory, so they can go deep here. Maybe that you take a shot deep and try and pick up the first down on 4th. Plenty of options here for the Mountain View coaching staff.
McCarty ready to go right here. Back to pass with some time, rolling away. Takes a shot over the middle, has a receiver, it's caught. And that is number 33 again. That is complete out there to Dustin Havea, the senior. And Mountain View in the red zone for the first time in 2022 and knocking on the door to try to take their first lead.
Yeah, Havea just ran a little post route. Looked like he was lined up in the slaughter as a tight end. Was open, plenty of time for McCarty. The Golden Eagles have to figure out how to put a little bit more pressure on him and hurry those plays up.
McCarty will give it off to Lamisi Pahulu up the middle, and not much for Pahulu there. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that will bring up a 2nd down and about 9.
Pahulu just ran into the defensive line for Maple Mountain, and Maple Mountain on some of these run plays are penetrating into the backfield, and that's the kind of hustle you want to see if you're the Golden Eagles coaching staff here. And Burdenshaw's been here all 14 years. That's incredible.
Ready to go right here. Ball on the 12-yard line. 2nd down. McCarty back to throw, looking one-on-one on the slant route. It's knocked away and almost intercepted right there by Maple Mountain. Quinn Burtonshaw had his hands on it, just couldn't quite pull it in right there. But there's that one-on-one slant route, and you have to be careful of that corner cutting, and that's exactly what Quinn Burtonshaw did for Maple Mountain.
Gets the jump on it, unable to come up with the INT, but brings up another critical 3rd down, and this is 3rd and long.
Clock operator,
So right now they're going to reset the game clock. It's down to 1:39. They're going to reset it to 1:56 right here. Maple Mountain, one of the new technologies they have here, outside of the video scoreboard, which you can kind of see coming into your picture at home, the officials are mic'd up, similar to what you saw last year if you joined us for Spanish Fork broadcasts. McCarty throwing towards the end zone, has a man out there, it's caught, touchdown, Bruins. That is number 4, Calvin Floyd, and Mountain View takes a 6-3 lead here in the first quarter.
Yeah, great job by Mountain View, just really going end to end here, throwing the ball under McCarty to McCarty there on that play, and so Mountain View will take a 6-3 lead here with 1:50 to go. PAT pending.
So extra point as timeout's going to be called here by Mountain View.
Timeout.
Second one, wow.
Their second and a half.
And that's really kind of one of those things that's going to drive a coach nuts, having to use a timeout on an extra point.
Yeah, for sure. If you're in the area, the stands aren't 100% full here, Ryan. If you want to drive down here, it's not that cold, actually. It's turned out to be a great night. I know we were looking at some bad weather, and maybe you just wanted to stay home, but you can still stay with us. But, man, if you want to come down here to the stadium, it's turning out to be a great night for high school football. No rain.
6-3 lead for Mountain View. The Bruins scoring on their drive right here. And that was a nice, impressive drive led by Jackson McCarty.
Yeah, for sure. And he had a great run off the edge there and then did the rest through his arm, using his arm. One thing Ryan's got is he's got the stats here on the iPad. We've got this thing called Internet Wi-Fi access. It's fantastic. I assume powered by SFCN.
This is just the Nebo School District one, is what they told me to log into today.
Okay.
Ready to go right here.
Let's assume they're using that then.
So big thanks to the Nebo School District. As snap good, hold good, kick is up, and it's good. And Mountain View takes a 7-3 lead right here on Maple Mountain here after 2 drives. This is what we saw, Chris, when they put it all together, don't turn the ball over, they're able to successfully move the ball down the field. And again, McCarty had a really nice drive, made some really sound decisions.
Yeah, absolutely, and really what killed Maple Mountain on their first drive was they had that huge penalty when they were down there in the red zone that pushed them back 10 yards, and that might be the difference in the scoring in this ball game. Is Maple Mountain got great field position, was only able to get a field goal. So on Maple Mountain's second possession, depending on how far this kickoff goes, they might have to go a long ways. Look for Maple Mountain to do the old famous reverse here. They'll fake it or they'll go with it, but that's been a staple of Burtonshaw, and it's been hit, it's been missed, but it's always exciting.
Jackson McCarty, we were just talking about him, Chris, 6 of 8 for 60 yards, a touchdown and an interception here on the evening, but nonetheless, his Bruins have a 7-3 lead as this one will be kicked short. It comes up to the 20. Here's the reverse Chris talked about. They'll give it to Jackson Denton. He finds a crease across the 50 at the foot race. And Jackson Denton should hopefully be sprinting in the spring for the track team here, because there he sprints to the end zone and the Golden Eagles have the lead just like that.
Yeah, Easton Merrill has the option to keep that ball or he can give it to Denton. He makes the right decision and Denton takes it to the house. 9-7 lead for the Golden Eagles here.
Sam Gomez will come on for the extra point. Special teams making an impact right now. Big play from Maple Mountain as they regain the lead with 1 play. A nice job there from Denton.
We'll give him 82 yards-ish on that return.
That sounds right.
Easton had about 1 yard, possibly.
We'll go with that. I mean, that works for me, Chris.
Approximately.
Gomez, line drive kick is good for Gomez. And Maple Mountain has a 10-7 lead with 1:12 to go. 2 touchdowns in less than 30 seconds, and Mountain View will get the football back.
Yeah.
Excitement to start week 1, Chris?
Absolutely, and I think Mountain View was so focused that time on Easton Merrill, and they probably assumed he was just going to keep it. Instead, they just didn't stay in their lanes on that kickoff return, and that was a huge hole for Denton. Great blocking by those special teamers for Maple Mountain as well, and we've seen a lot of kickoff returns for touchdowns the last couple of seasons, more than I remember.
If you joined us last year for our opener, we were over at Spanish Fork when they opened up the new Dawn Stadium there, and it was Kate Olson that returns the opening kickoff of the game back for a touchdown.
And you might have had a couple in the last game we did too, against Highland in the playoffs.
And that one will go into the end zone and through the end zone right there. And so Mountain View will start with the football on their own 20-yard line. And Chris, the kicking game tonight, with the way that wind is, always here at Maple Mountain the wind can pick up, but tonight with the way that wind is, it's going to get very interesting to see when you're kicking the dramatic shift from one side of the field to the other.
It doesn't feel like the wind is blowing one direction or another. If I'm looking at the flags, it's kind of all over the place, so it affects it'll affect both teams, but it is kind of going a little bit to the north now, unless you're looking at the south field goal post, and then it's all over the place. I don't know.
So 1st and 10 for Mountain View. McCarty back to throw, gets pressured, and now being chased, throws and completes the pass out to about the 37-yard line, and that is going to be number 4 again, and that's Floyd, who has, I believe, his 3rd catch of the evening for Mountain View.
Yeah, great catch by Floyd, but McCarty avoids pressure from Taylor Jensen, who just needs to maybe slow down and kind of body up McCarty a little bit there that time, but McCarty's able to get away, make a play with his legs and arm on that play, and he's an athlete. He's definitely going to take this Mountain View team on his shoulders this season.
McCarty gives up the middle, Pahulu on the carry. Pahulu gets probably about a yard or so, 3 or 4 Eagles getting there. Believe it was Easton Gooden, number 76, kind of leading the charge there for Maple Mountain.
And that interior there for Maple Mountain, 74 and 76, I think Gooden and got too many papers, have done a great job. / my papers are now out of order.
Matthias Adams, number 74.
Thanks for the save there. Yeah, Matthias Adams. Those guys are really winning the battle inside. Mountain View can't run it inside, but outside, watch for him to get the ball with McCarty.
And that will end the first quarter here from Maple Mountain. The Golden Eagles 10, Mountain View 7. You're watching high school football here on Spanish Fork 17. Start of the second quarter, the first pass is incomplete. That one there intended for number 22, Ty Mullen, as Mountain View has the football, trailing 10-7. If you're just joining us here, welcome to high school football on Spanish Fork 17. Ryan Pickens alongside Chris Hurst. And when you take a look at it right here, Chris, we've seen special teams, we've seen the Maple Mountain defense, and we've seen the Mountain View offense all shine in quarter number 1.
Yeah, pretty competitive quarter. Really, Mountain View having 1 turnover in there. Maple Mountain with a great special teams kickoff return, but this game's going by fast.
McCarty pressured, rolls away, throws down the field, and that one's going to go incomplete and just sailed right there. That's going to bring up 4th down. And we'll see right here. That should be a punting situation. You kind of see right there with the flip of the field right there. Mountain View now playing into the wind, and you could tell there McCarty got rid of that one, and it may have had a little bit more on it, or he may have just been throwing it away. Mountain View beat Maple Mountain in both passing yards and rushing yards and first downs, Chris, in that opening quarter.
Well, Maple Mountain got a lot of yards off that special teams play that really doesn't show up on your total offense.
There's a penalty flag right here, and I think this may be a false start coming against against Mountain View to back the Bruins up 5 yards.
Ball start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay, 4th down.
And so now backs them up 5. Mountain View punting from their own 20-yard line. And looking to see, it's number 32 punting it away. And Jackson Denton will run over. It takes a nice Mountain View bounce and goes into the end zone. It got almost a perfect bounce, Chris, that Mountain View was hoping if it would have just bounced out of bounds inside the 10 instead of going all the way to the end zone.
It ends up being a 65-yard punt, net of 45. So I think a lot of people will take net of 45, but it could have been even, I guess, better.
Just the way the ball bounces sometimes.
Yeah, the return guy didn't catch his number, but he was hustling, and he just couldn't quite get it.
Jackson Denton was the return man. We'll see what Maple Mountain does here on this next drive. Right here, 11:42 to play here in the second quarter, I should say. As get ready to go right here. 4 wide receivers for Brogan Miles, wearing number 4. He'll give to Heaton on first down. Heaton gets about 3, maybe 4 yards right there. Or no, he's going to actually get 5, Chris.
Yeah, Heaton just follows his blockers, gets a nice 5-yard gain. That's a good gain on first down. Maple Mountain with a 10-7 lead here at 11:25 in the second quarter. Can expand upon that.
But like Chris mentioned, a very fast game, already past 7:30, just past 7:30, and we're in the second quarter. And you kind of wonder if both teams kind of said, hey, let's play this one relatively quick. 3 wide receivers. Miles.
Oh, we got a penalty?
From shotgun, and there's going to be a penalty flag. Came in from the far side of the field, and it looks like the early indication, Chris, is offsides right here, and I think this is going to go against Mountain View.
Encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty.
Nope.
5-yard penalty. Yardage results in a first down.
Huh. This guy holding the sticks went the wrong way, and we got a first down as a result of a penalty.
The official started to mark that one against Maple Mountain, so the official stopped, I think, to maybe just make sure they get everything correct. But instead, it'll be a first down, Golden Eagles.
I've been watching a lot of these games from up at this angle. The optics on that look just completely backwards. I'm a little thrown off.
Brogan Miles completes that one in the slot. Jackson Denton there on the catch. Denton's going to be close to a first down.
Yeah, they'll give him 9 that time by Denton. Denton's already got 1 touchdown off that return kick earlier in this game, and
going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Lots of options. You'll see a lot of coaches take the deep shot, especially if you're able to run the ball, which Maple Mountain has up the middle with Heaton with quite a bit of success. So if you're Coach Burdenshot, you might want to take a shot deep here and then assume that Heaton can pick it up on 3rd down, but also knowing Coach Burdenshot, maybe you try and go for it on 4th down. This is kind of his range for going for it on 4th sometimes.
Miles back to throw, trying to get away from pressure, looking downfield, throws it incomplete. They're looking for Fairborn, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Yeah, Mountain View only blitzed 3 that time, still able to get a little bit of pressure. And so with that, it'll bring up a 3rd and 1. So great job by Mountain View secondary. They drop 8. They're able to get stop a big play and force a 4th down. Anytime you only bring 3 guys and you can drop 8, that's huge on limiting downfield passes.
Chris and I mentioned earlier the yardage difference between the two teams. The other thing to consider with that is that Mountain View's been able to run more plays from set offense than Maple Mountain. There's a first down run right up the middle, I believe, with Heaton. And that's going to be a first down for Maple Mountain to the 47.
A great run that time by Heaton right up the middle. Great blocking. Maple Mountain has owned that line of scrimmage. They can do that all night if they choose to, because I haven't seen anything that's shown me that Mountain View is going to be able to stop that unless they make some adjustments.
So 9:33 to go before halftime, 10-7. We'll have the halftime show for you here coming up for Maple Mountain at halftime. Ready to go right here. Miles back to pass with some time, looking down the sideline for Fairborn. That one incomplete. And that's going to bring up second down. And there's one of those shots that you talked about that Maple Mountain will take, Chris. And tonight's a tough night to really look to take shots.
Well, and I think Rogan Miles probably saw nothing was there, threw that one out of bounds, lived to play on second down, or the wind really got a hold of it because was in a spot where nobody was going to catch it.
Second down and 10 coming up. Both teams are 2 of 3 on third down.
So at the north end zone, the flags are going north, and at the south end zone, I've seen them going south. So that tells me there is a swirling wind, or we're right at the epicenter of the continental wind divide.
Here's the give. Yeah, that's going to be Jackson Denton on the carry, driving the legs forward. He's going to have close to another first down. He may have it. We'll see where they mark it, and they're giving the first down to Jackson Denton.
He got down to 43. They'll mark him at the 44. I guess they thought his knee hit down, but I thought he got an extra yard. Nonetheless, the official stopped right at the first down marker and then started waving people down. We can see probably a lot better than he can.
Ready to go right here. 8:42 remaining before halftime. Maple Mountain quickly making up some of the yard discrepancy from earlier. Maple Mountain quickly here getting back up with Mountain View. There's Miles. That one's complete over the middle. That's number 22, Kavika Brinkhurst on the catch. And Brinkhurst is going to get about 8.
Yeah, Miles buys some time, rolls to his right, kind of throws back to the middle of the field, but does it in a careful manner, and Brinkhurst is able to make the catch, bring up a 2nd and 2. Another spot where I'd assume, based on how many Maple Mountain football games I've watched, they're going to look to go deep here and then try and pick it up on 3rd and 4th down on the ground.
2nd and 3 coming up right here. Denton in the backfield, joined by Heaton, and it's going to be Jackson Denton from the tailback spot, but Havea gets in there for Mountain View. A nice stop right there by Dustin Havea, one of the leading tacklers in this contest for Mountain View.
Yeah, Havea's had a great catch early in this game, now comes from his middle linebacker spot there to make a great tackle, and instead of 2nd and 2, Maple Mountain loses 3, and it drops to 3rd and 5 here. Still 4 down territory.
Especially with the wind, you would think on a night like tonight. Ready to go right here with 3 wide receivers. Heaton the single back. Miles throws that one complete, and that is going to be Merrill. That's enough for a first down.
Yeah, Easton Merrill's had 2 touchdown catches. One, the official said he was out of bounds, and the other one, there was a penalty that negated it, so I'm sure he's looking to get on the board here.
The Mountain View faithful, Chris, if they weren't joining us earlier in the contest, the Mountain View faithful are very glad that the touchdown calls that I called weren't actually touchdowns.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if not, this game's blown open a little bit early on. If you missed it, I called both touchdowns earlier that Merrill had. One was called back due to penalty, and the other one was incomplete. Back to throw. Miles down the sideline. This one, Merrill has it. He sprints to the end zone. This one should be a touchdown, and it is. Maple Mountain touchdown for Easton Merrill, the junior wide receiver.
And the lights blink here at Golden Eagle Stadium as well. Finally, Merrill gets on the board. 3rd time's the charm, as they say. Maple Mountain's up 16-7, 6:56 to go, and has a PAT pending here. Could get a double-digit lead.
16-6, Sam Gomez on for the PAT. Nice drive there for Maple Mountain responding. Snap good, hold good. The kick is good as well, and Maple Mountain takes a 17-7 lead. The offense has, Chris, arguably probably their best drive of the night so far.
Yeah, for sure. But that's only their 2nd possession, because they had one that went where they scored it on the kickoff return, so no reason to run any plays on that drive. That's the best way to score, just have your kickoff team do it, so you can put your defense right back on on the field.
Sam Gomez gets the ball teed up, ready to go right here. Spanish Fork leading Cedar 7-0. That one in the second quarter. Springville leading Dixie 21-0. That's in the second quarter. No score from Provo and Grantsville. Skyview leads Salem Hills 7-0. And Payson's up 10-7 on North St. Pete. As this one will be returned from about the 10-yard line. Turning it back up through the middle of the field. Getting some space is Logan Baker. Baker out across the 50. Cuts back at the 40, and he's brought down at the Maple Mountain 36-yard line. A nice return there from Logan Baker, and the Bruins in business to start their next drive.
Yeah, touchdown saving tackle potentially by Logan Sircable there. Also, you know, Maple Mountain dropped a couple of guys deep on their kickoff coverage, and maybe Samuel Gomez, the kicker, had a shot as well. But nonetheless, great field position for the Mountain View Bruins.
Ready to go.
Too many mountains in this game.
First down and 10 right here. Single back set, Pahulu. They'll give it to Pahulu off the left side. He's got the 30-yard line, lowers the head, and gets about 6 yards or so. Nice job there on first down right there from Lamisi Pahulu.
And that's kind of been a unicorn play, if you will. We haven't seen Mountain View really have much success outside of the quarterback keeping it and running it. So big pickup there. Maybe Mountain View's offensive line starting to wear down Maple Mountain's defensive line. You do it enough times, usually the defense can wear out a little bit.
3 wide receivers, they'll give it again, and this time Maple Mountain gets there. Leading the charge was Josh Biesinger, number 13. He got there and just kind of pulled on the jersey and held on until his teammates could get there to support him.
Yeah, beauty's in the eyes of a beholder, but that was a beautiful play there by Maple Mountain. Just a bunch of kids running into each other, pulling each other to the ground, and no gain there.
It's going to be 3rd down and 2 coming up from the 29-yard line. 5:31 to play here in the third quarter. 11 on the play clock right here for Mountain View. McCarty dropping back, gets it out, and once again, that's Pahulu's got the first down to about the 22-yard line. A nice job, Lamisi Pahulu makes one man miss and then gets brought down.
Pahulu did a hulu dance to get that first down. What a great cut step he had there to pick up an extra 7 or 8 yards after the catch. Pun intended, Ryan.
1st and 10 coming up right here.
Ryan, I apologize that you've had to work with me this long. Special place for Ryan here in the booth.
1st and 10 from the 22. And whistles blow. We'll see here what's going on. I think it's going to be against Mountain View.
Ball start on the offense. 5-yard penalty remains, first down.
So now back the Bruins up 5 yards after the false start.
And we've seen some of these games the first few weeks of the season where it's been penalty after penalty, and sometimes those games drag on. Tonight, there have been a couple here or there, but really both teams have done a great job of keeping it clean.
Right here, ready to go, 17-7 in favor of Maple Mountain. McCarty back to throw, throws a slant route, has it complete, and that's a touchdown. This time it's number again 33, Dustin Havea, and the Bruins score again.
Yeah, Havea gave the Bruins a 7-3 lead. Now we'll cut the lead for Maple Mountain down from 17-13. So Mountain View trailing by 4, 4:30 to go here in before the half.
I tell you, if this Mountain View team puts everything together, Chris, they have some playmakers.
Actually, Floyd had the first touchdown, I believe. My mistake.
And Floyd will come in here to kick the point after touchdown try. Havea was very key on that drive that Floyd scored the touchdown with a couple of nice catches, and that extra point is good. 17-14 in favor of Maple Mountain, but Havea 3 catches in the ball game, 53 yards, and he adds a touchdown on the most on the latest drive to end up in the end zone right here. 4:30 to play here before halftime. We'll take a moment here on Spanish Fork 17 to thank our sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Right here, we want to thank Lance Wilson, State Farm Insurance, 2 Jacks Pizza,
MVP Sports, Clegg Auto.
Thank you. Mikkel Thompson and Hunter Attorneys at Law.
Triple T Plumbing, Heating, Cooling.
Thank you.
And we're missing one.
Our monitor tonight isn't working. That's where I have all of the sponsors with that. You would think after doing this for this long, Chris, I would not forget the sponsors. With that, I apologize to our sponsors. It's week 1 of high school football for us all here on Spanish Fork 17.
I'll go down to the truck and take a picture at halftime of the sponsors, and we'll get them right in the second half.
There's a squib kick coming up to the 10-yard line. Jackson Denton on the return. Gives this one to Easton Merrill, and he's got nothing but green. Across the 50, it's a foot race between him and the kicker, and Maple Mountain will return their second touchdown from a kick return in the contest. Special teams shining tonight for Maple Mountain with Easton Merrill finding the end zone on the kickoff return.
Wow, and Mountain View's really not doing a good job of staying in their lanes, and that time Merrill scores off that return, and he's got his second touchdown of the game. Back-to-back touchdowns for Easton Merrill. He's going to have a great season for the Golden Eagles, it's looking like.
Another time where Mountain View, Chris, on the return, there was no outside contain.
No outside contain, nobody staying back to play safety. It's just not a good recipe for success.
Extra point by Sam Gomez is good, and Maple Mountain has responded, taking a 24-14 lead with 4:16 to play here before halftime. And this has been one of the big differences between these two teams. Mountain View has used long drives, Chris, to get in the end zone. On the other side, it's been Maple Mountain using special teams and some big explosive plays.
Yeah, absolutely. But the one thing that Maple Mountain's offense hasn't done is they haven't gotten a couple of opportunities to improve. But it is so hard to get points that you'll take getting points any way you can. So
with that right here, as we get ready to settle in for the next possession here for Mountain View, as Sam Gomez kicks this one. It's going to be a line drive kind of squib kick going over towards the sideline, picked up around the 13. Down the sideline, knocked out of bounds. On the return there was Isaiah Ugapo.
And the first quarter, Maple Mountain was just kicking it to Provo, basically out of the end zone, and now they must think, hey, we can't get it out of the end zone with this wind going a little bit more directionally to the north, depending on the second. So let's just see if we can make it difficult for Mountain View. Mountain View will start at the 25, not 26 there, not bad field position.
We do want to thank our sponsors: 2 Jacks Pizza, Lance Wilson, State Farm Insurance, the Clegg Auto Group, Driggs Mortgage Team, Mikkel Thompson and Hunter Attorneys at Law, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, MVP Sports. We thank them for making each broadcast possible here on Spanish Fork 17. And that pass goes incomplete to bring up second down.
And McCarty just couldn't find the guy cutting across the middle that time. Brings up 2nd and 10 here, 4:07. Maple Mountain Golden Eagles leading the Mountain View Bruins 24-14. For those of you that might be joining us on the radio, we'll try and get those numbers out more frequently.
24-14, ready to go right here. McCarty ready to go. Here's the give. Pahulu up the middle, 25-30, bounces outside. That's going to be enough for a first down. Lamisi Pahulu, and there's a late penalty flag that comes in at the end of the play.
And I don't know what that possibly could be. Maybe a face mask? There better not be a late hit, because I don't think Pahulu got hit until afterwards. Or, I mean, they hit him inbounds and he stepped out of bounds. We'll see what the call is here. Maybe. They're discussing it.
And be in a weird spot for a hold.
It could be a face mask.
There is no penalty on this play.
So no penalty on the play. And it's going to be second. It's going to be second down, it looks like. Bahulu first down, Mountain View. We're getting everything sorted out for everyone tonight, Chris.
1st and 10. Bahulu gets just enough yards, and he had probably 6-7 yards after contact, which is really him powering through a couple of arm tackles. Maple Mountain needing to put a body on him, bring him to the ground before he gets that many yards, but great second and third effort by Bahulu that time.
McCarty trying to get the offense going. 27 seconds on the play clock. They play 40 seconds for the offense to get a snap off here in high school football in Utah. Back to throw with some time. Now being pressured outside of the pocket. McCarty stops, throws into triple coverage. That one goes incomplete. Right there. There's a penalty flag, though.
Yeah, Carter Breenhurst got taken to the ground, so we're going to have a hold. So Mountain View is going to lose 10 yards unless it's from the spot of the foul.
Hold on the offense. Number 9. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Remains first down.
So we'll probably lose about 14 because that was deep in the backfield.
And there, the official, you see him on the field. He's the one wearing the white hat. That's the one that's going to make all the announcements here in the ballgame. Forgot to turn off the mic.
That's okay. It could have been worse. Could have been worse. I've heard worse accidentally.
That game we did probably, I don't know, 3, maybe 4 years ago, Spanish Fork up at Wasatch.
Oh, wow.
It probably happened. That happened probably close to 10 times in the game where the ref left the mic on, didn't put it on when he made a call. It was.
This official's doing a fantastic job. We'll give him a pass that time.
Officials work really hard to get everything, as best as they can for the game. We thank all the officials throughout the state of Utah for.
Holy cow, look how far back that dropped him.
It's 1st and 29. McCarty throws that one. They'll get a good yardage back on that completion towards the sideline. That is out to number 4, Calvin Floyd, the sophomore, having a good game right here.
They'll get about half of what they need there, so it'll probably be about 2nd and 16. So they get 13 yards on 1st and 29. 3:44 to go here. Maple Mountain leading the Mountain View Bruins 24-14. Live from Golden Eagles Stadium.
24-14 right here. Mountain View trying to direct traffic here as much as they can. Hoping to try to drive and get in the end zone before halftime, and now whistles blow, and we'll see here what we have on the field right now. So Mountain View calls their final timeout of the half, Chris. And when you take a look at it right here, for being in 1st and 29 to pick up a chunk play on 1st down to go to 2nd and 16, that's a pretty favorable situation to be in. If you're in the 1st and 20, 26, 27, 29, we've seen 1st and 40 before. You have to just pick up yards, period.
Yeah, I think we've seen like 3rd and 59 once too. But yeah, at the end of the day, you want to get about half here on 2nd down, maybe a little bit more. Pick up 10 yards, make it manageable. 3rd and 6, if you can get it between 3rd and 6 or less. Pick up the 1st downs, obviously ideal for Mountain View, and continue this drive going. There's 3:42. You're down by 10. You'll feel pretty good about yourself if you're the Bruins, if you're only down by 3 points heading into the half. But yeah, 24-14 here. Maple Mountain, if you can get a stop, there is plenty of time to score some points. And we've seen the last 2 minutes of a half where there have been back-to-back-to-back touchdowns. So,
and Maple Mountain, I think, has all 3 timeouts.
I believe they do. Doesn't say on the scoreboard anymore, but
McCarty back to throw, being pressured back at around his 20-yard line, looking to go downfield, and he'll be escorted out of bounds and down to the turf, but he'll only lose a couple of yards there. But McCarty there trying to go downfield, and now an official's timeout. It looks like a player's down.
Yeah, Taylor Jackson with the 2-jack sack there. That's not McCarty. He got back up. That's got to be.
I'm looking to see where.
It's a Bruin, though.
I'm looking to see where McCarty is.
It's 58 that was slow to get up. I don't have a roster, Ryan.
Number 58.
Oh, no, he's up. He was just checking on him. I'm sorry.
And that may be, looking around, Jackson McCarty's the only one that I don't see.
Oh, and they are warming up. Number 16, it looks like.
Sia Lesa would be getting warmed up pretty quick right here. So that does appear to be McCarty, and they're going to walk him over to the Maple Mountain sideline. That's the closest sideline to get him to. That's where he got hit. And for Mountain View, you really hope that Jackson McCarty's okay right there, and they'll get him back up on the trainer's table.
It's the first time I've ever seen a player go to the opposite sideline. But McCarty's an athlete, so hopefully they can get him back onto the field, because that'd be horrible to see him go down for an injury.
Maple Mountain calls their first timeout right here with 3:27 to go here in the second quarter. Of 24-14 lead for Maple Mountain on top of Mountain View. Ryan Pickens alongside Chris Hurst. The opening game here on Spanish Fork 17. Next Friday night, Chris, we go to American Leadership Academy for Duchesne and ALA here on Spanish Fork 17. That should be a fun one.
Should be a good one. I'm not up to speed with the ALA program, but I believe they're down at the 3A level, 2A level. We'll get that all sorted out, but if you know anybody on the ALA team, make sure you tune in. That'll be exciting. I've been down to ALA. I was there for the Beavers contest against ALA, so we'll see the other Eagles in action next week.
Should be fun. Duchesne, one of the more storied programs in the state of Utah. They've had a really good run coming up from the 1A level here. Sia Lesa back to throw with some time, being pressured now. Maple Mountain gets there, and Lisa's going to get sacked back at the 11-yard line or so. Another 2-Jacks Pizza quarterback sack. And right there, Maple Mountain's defense doing a nice job.
They'll look to I thought they were going to take a timeout immediately. They'll let the clock roll. It's just under 3 minutes by the time they get this snapped. It'll be in the 2-minute range, upper 2 minutes. But back-to-back 2-jack sacks there for Maple Mountain, up by 10. Chance to add to that lead. And we've seen a lot of points off special teams for the Golden Eagles. They've got 14. We'll see if they can add another touchdown here.
Believe that's number 32, Austin Atwood, back to punt. He's standing at his own goal line. Good snap. They get the punt off from about the 4. Easton Merrill comes up. It's going to take a bounce, though, at around the 40, and it takes a Maple Mountain bounce. So the Golden Eagles are going to have the ball, Chris, inside the 40.
Well, they should have it inside the 40. They're marking it right at the 40, but it bounced off the Mountain View defender about the 30. Okay, they're moving it to the 39. It was probably closer to the 38, but whatever.
Inches, Chris, inches. It's okay.
Football is a game of inches, Ryan.
Second, 2:25 to go right here as Maple Mountain with the football. 2 timeouts for the Golden Eagles. Plenty of time to add to their 24-14 lead.
If you can get a touchdown here and go up 17 at the half for the Golden Eagles, that is a pretty comfortable lead, and I think that's what Coach Burtonshaw was hoping to get out of his team tonight.
5 wide receivers. Brogan Miles back to throw down the seam. Drops it in there for number 80, McKay Jukes. But it goes incomplete. A nice ball there from Miles. That's not an easy throw, trying to get it over the linebackers, Chris, but before the safeties.
Put it right in the breadbasket, and Jukes unfortunately unable to come up with it. Brings up 2nd and 10, and if you're Jukes, you got to keep your head up. But that's got to be disappointing for Brogan Miles, because that could have been 6.
2:21 here to play in the second quarter. 2 wide receivers, 2 backs in the backfield. It's going to be Jackson Denton. Cuts it back inside the 40, down to the 36. So only a couple there for Denton on the carry. Mountain View's done a nice job, especially against the sweep tonight, Chris. Those linebackers have been staying home, but taking good angles coming up to get Denton and to get Heat.
Yeah, Suva that time able to run him from behind. I wonder if at some point you could. They have been doing a good job on the edge on that side, but I wonder if you could reverse it at some point. Mountain View's got. It's going to make a substitution here. Maple Mountain, plenty of time, just under 2 minutes here, taking their time.
2 down territory probably here.
Their kicker can kick it a mile, but the wind's unpredictable, I think, from this range. Yeah, Gomez, the kicker for Maple Mountain, I think once they get inside the 25, he's well within range.
There's an out route thrown there to Easton Merrill. He's going to have that one, but he's about a yard short. So there was that play on 3rd down to set up maybe a short 4th and 1.
Yeah, 4th and 1 here. Maple Mountain's going to go quick. We'll see if they have a big package or a large package. And apparently not. They're going to use their 3rd timeout.
Clock operator, please start the clock on my line.
So right there,
Set the play clock to 25 seconds.
they're going to reset the play clock and get ready to start the game clock. Minute 41 to go right here. Clock running on 4th down, about a yard, maybe a yard and a half. Jackson Denton on the catch. Mountain View gets there. A nice job immediately. I believe it was number 19, Logan Lunt.
Yeah, Lunt with a great tackle that time. Mono he wins, and Mountain View gets the stop, gets the ball back. Minute 20 to go, down by 10.
And this would be big for Mountain View because I think Maple Mountain gets the football to start quarter number 3. Coming out of half, Jackson McCarty now on the cart.
And he looks like he's done. He looks pretty disheartened because he's just down in front of us. Tough loss. He was playing excellent. What was he, 10 out of 15? I don't know, 130 yards. You have it. I saw it earlier.
He
125.
2 touchdowns, an interception.
And he has great mobility, and he is angry.
The tough part, too, with high school, it's not like the college game where you could get a redshirt year potentially or something like that. Here's Lesa on the carry. He's going to have a 1st down, knocked out of bounds at around the 46-yard line. 1st down, Bruins.
1st down, Bruins. They get it on the ground there. It's going to be in the hands of Saya Lesa to get them back in this ball game here.
Minute 18 to go here in the half. Now, the key thing to remember, Mountain View has no timeouts left. This is where having to use one on an extra point and a couple other times really kind of comes in to hurt you. 3 wide receivers. They'll give it up the middle. Pahulu straight up the middle, working for a yard, maybe 2. But a short gain right there, and the clock will run down to a minute 8.
We got another Bruin down. It looks like one of the linemen this time, and he's not moving.
So officials timeout right here.
Couple of Bruins injuries here in the first half. Unfortunately, that's never good. First week, you don't want your season to be over. Like you said, you don't get a redshirt year at this level. So hopefully they'll be able to come back this season or in this game.
So we'll see here what happens right here during this timeout. Jackson McCarty being carted off on the cart.
They got the ambulance here too.
They got the ambulance coming in as well. So we hope everything with Jackson McCarty is okay. We never want to see someone get hurt here at the high school level, and here to see especially a player like Jackson McCarty that it's your first game right here, and hopefully it's not as serious as it looks, where he might be able to get back at some point this season, because I mean he would have been a great piece for this Mountain View offense.
Yeah, for sure. You know, in the season's young, who knows what it is? Maybe they're just taking all the necessary precautions, and we've seen guys unfortunately be hauled out in an ambulance here at Golden Eagle Stadium and back like a week or two later as well.
So we'll see right here as coming off the field for Mountain View.
Is that 65 or 55?
I'm trying to think it's 55 right there. That's Zarian Kama, a senior. It's the second senior to go down if you're Mountain View. Right here. With a minute one, though, if you're the Bruins, Chris, you got to look what? Sidelines, first downs. You got to get stuff here to stop the clock.
Yeah, for sure. And you don't have any timeouts, so you got to get those first downs to get that clock stopped, and the clock should be running, and it finally does.
Back to throw, taking a shot down the sideline there. That one almost intercepted, and then Fairborn almost knocks it into the receiver's hands right there, and that one goes incomplete.
Fairborn's like, I don't want it, you take it, and the receiver couldn't hang on to it. Big break for the Golden Eagles because not sure who that was on the edge there, but he would have probably scored.
53 seconds to play here before halftime, 24-14. Bruins with the football and a key third down. Maple Mountain, do they drop back, Chris, or bring pressure?
Both. Zone blitz.
Split the half of them blitz, half of them drop back. Pressure comes as Lasa's chased, and he will be dropped back at the 34-yard line. Getting there was number 10 for Maple Mountain. That's Carter Bringhurst.
Carter Bringhurst with another 2-jack sack. We've had a bunch of those here in this second quarter, and Maple Mountain will take the timeout.
37 seconds on the clock, and the way their special teams is playing tonight, Chris, you have to think smart move by Brad Burtonshaw.
Well, and it also gives you time to work on your 2-minute drill. I know there's only 39. They keep changing the clock on us. 39 seconds. But at the same time, anytime you can get more reps, Maple Mountain's selected to go 5th place in Region 9 this year. So anytime you can build confidence, get more reps in, I think it's a good thing for your football team. And RPI, you got to get those wins. You got to make sure you're playing hard here in the first half and set the tone for the season.
Coming up at halftime, we'll have the halftime show here for you from Golden Eagle Stadium. As Maple Mountain breaking in the turf, their first game under the here with the turf. The lights are coming on, and Chris, is that a little bit of fall that I'm feeling out there now that football's back?
I don't know what the weather's doing anymore.
39 seconds as they get the punt off. They're coming to block it. They get in there. A penalty flag's going to come.
We got to fight at at the 40 between two guys.
And a lot of physicality being shown here as Maple Mountain came after the punter. And that one gets, I think that's going to be probably roughing the punter.
Well, the punter kicked it straight in the air to get rid of it, so that's a tough one. You can't, if you're Coach Burdenshaw, those guys are hustling. They almost had it. They forced the kicker to make a really bad punt that time. So we'll see how this gets sorted out. And I think at the high school level, if I'm not mistaken, running into the punter, it's a 15-yard penalty. It's not necessarily an automatic first down unless they change the rules on us.
Which, I mean, that could very easily happen.
There is no penalty for roughing the kicker. The ball was tipped. First down, Maple Mountain.
So no penalty against Maple Mountain. They're going to say the Golden Eagles tipped the ball, which then helps cause the contact into the punter. And so Maple Mountain's going to have first down. The ball will be at the Mountain View 48-yard line.
It makes sense because that thing went straight in the air. I mean, like, how did he possibly punt it like that? Because that was an interesting trajectory. I didn't pass geometry with an A, but it didn't seem like that was possible. Or physics, Ryan.
I didn't take physics, and math is not my strong suit. Brogan Miles steps up, ready to go, drops that one off, and that's going to be a good gain there on first down from Heaton out of the backfield.
And I also should disclose I have a Springville High School education, so that might explain some other things. So first down, Maple Mountain driving here inside the 40, just 19 seconds to go, but they get out of bounds, so they can use as much time as they want.
So 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. 24-14 Maple Mountain. Brogan Miles from shotgun. Rolls back, rolls towards the sideline, looking down the field, one-on-one coverage, has a man out there, and it's going to be intercepted.
This might be coming as a hold.
And there's a penalty flag down, so it's intercepted for the time being. And I believe that's number 46, Isaac Bates, but
who's that on? Because both guys were really interfering with each other. I don't think you should have thrown the flag on that, because both the Mountain View wide receiver and Mountain View cornerback, Golden Eagle receiver were just going at it.
And how do you pick?
Pass interference on the defense. 15-yard penalty for the previous spot.
So that's going to go against Mountain View for pass interference, which gives Maple Mountain a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. So different levels of football, different rules. In the NFL, it's a spot foul, right? In college, it's 15 yards. Here, it's going to move 15 yards to the high school level.
8 seconds left, so not a whole lot of time here. So they're still discussing what to do, but it honestly looked like the Maple Mountain receiver just ran into the guy, kind of pushed off. I don't even think he thought the ball was in the air, but the official makes the call, and Golden Eagles will benefit from it. Where did it end up at? The 22-yard line. So 8 seconds. If you're Maple Mountain, you can take a shot here at the end zone and probably bring on Gomez to try and get 3 in this. You know, the windmills seem like they're moving pretty fast in the background, so I'm assuming it's still windy out there.
Ready to go right here. Three wide receivers for Maple Mountain. 8 seconds, so if you take a shot to the end zone, you have to be relatively quick with it. They'll drop it out to Heaton out of the backfield. Heaton gets out of bounds, and they're going to roll the clock at about the 15. And Maple Mountain, I think, used their final timeout with 3 seconds on the clock.
Result of the play is a tackle in bounds. Timeout, Maple Mountain. Last of the half.
So the last of the half, 3 seconds left. I don't think it matters. You got one play, barring a defensive penalty.
You have a 10-point lead. You might as well bring Sam Gomez out right here and take a shot at it here. Worst case scenario, Chris, you go into the halftime locker room up 24-14.
Yeah, Gomez kicked an earlier field goal. It was a shorter one, maybe 22, 23 yards. This one would be a little bit more challenging. It would be in the range of, I don't know, a 36-yarder. The thing I'm worried about is, look at the goalpost over there. The wind is swirling all over the place. We don't have them under, so I don't know if we're showing it, but those flags at the top are going in all sorts of directions. Choose your own adventure for the flag out there.
Low line drive kick, and from this distance, you may be able to get it before it really gets up into the wind. Hopefully, is kind of what you may hope if you're Sam Gomez right here.
Get it directionally correct. Those field goal posts are really wide at the high school level.
So Gomez will come on to kick it. It's going to be probably in the range, Chris, probably about a 32 or so.
Well, I said 36, but you're probably right because it's at the 14, not the 19. So they'll line it up as a 31-yarder.
31-36. I probably couldn't kick it 10, so.
Well, Gomez can kick it this far. It's just whether the wind will have any impact on it.
Gomez ready to go. Snap good. Hold good. Kick is up. And this one looked good from even maybe 36 or 35. That one was good, and Maple Mountain takes a 27-14 lead into the halftime locker room here at Golden Eagle Stadium. It's opening night of high school football here on SFCN. We're coming back after the break for the halftime festivities here from Golden Eagle Stadium.
He's so busy, so shameless. Hit another level when you got famous. Now they taking shots at the boy, but it's aimless. That purple micro red dot, I'm killing. I'm balling, y'all. Told you way back then that I ain't fucking with y'all. I'm balling, y'all. Wasn't with me way back then.
Hammer every day. Ask a million questions like drop, where you stay. Tell a college ball, where the chop call. Hit 20 grand, spend a grand at the bar. Just about his own. J's on my feet, I'm on that Patron. So get like me. 69 cutlass, with the bucket seats. Feet in my trunk, bought it just for the freaks. Man, they can't play on my court. Can't hang with the big dogs, stay on the porch. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. No look past to the bag, how you feel that? Shake 'em up, cross 'em up, post, move. Defense, lock 'em up. Ain't nobody hot as a pump, fake, shoot again, add it up. Shot clock buzzer be the Lambo, two-seater, we don't do new people. Fast break taking off, lose one, shake it out, bounce back, then the fit. Playtime mode is the big league. Playtime mode is the big league. Playtime mode is the big league. Playtime mode is the big league.
Attorneys, levels in the tens of college and $1 million deals. Catch me swerving, burning $100 bills. How I feel when you ballin'. Going places they never go. It ain't all about the money, but I stack it 'cause you never know.
Great job, Dance Company and Dance XL. Now the Maple Mountain High School Elevate's drill team will perform a hip-hop routine titled Elevate. The Elevates learned this routine at Epic Camp this past June, where they were awarded the most inspirational team. The officers are Oakley Kingy, president and head drill mistress; Lauren Taylor, drill mistress; Eliasi, Kayla Jones, Ella Martin, Hadley Miller, Liberty Williams are all assistant drill mistresses. Alyssa Clark's the secretary. Kylie Knutson, the historian. Allie Blakey is the publicity and photographer. Laney Cranford and Sarah Warren are the costume chairs. And of course the coaches for the Elevates, Molly Brenchley, Jessica Ellis, Kelsey Gathercole, and Haley Nelson.
Hey, I look up, and it's about that time. And it's about that time, it's about that time. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, ladies, I look up, hey, yeah, and it's about that time. You what we came to do. Came to do. Rolls Royce, no stop. Me, no run, we don't ever stop. Me, no run, we don't ever stop. Me, tell me you what we came to do. Everybody scream, everybody scream, everybody scream. That's my only thing. I'm a born winner. I'm Jordan 23. All my people G's, everybody sees. I choose a side. Stepped out of my zone. I had to get out of the low. Had to get out of the low. If I became break, but don't kill me, don't make me. Shoot for the star, don't say, Gotta go hard, I ain't got time to wait, I ain't got time. Gotta go hard, I gotta elevate, They wanna fight, I'm just gonna let them hit, I gotta go hard, I gotta elevate,
Great job, Elevate. Now please welcome to the field your Maple Mountain High School cheer team. Tonight they're going to perform a routine they learned at the USA Cheer Camp, where they won Superior for the school fight song. The cheer captains are Madeline Warren and Samantha Haslam. And the cheer team is coached by Aubrey Ernest and McKenna Edwards.
All my ladies, pop your back with bounce with drop, drop, lean with rock, rock, snap with pop your back with all my ladies, all my ladies, all my fellas, bounce with, bounce with, bounce with, rock with, rock with, bounce with, drop with, lean with rock with, snap with, snap with, snap with.
Great job, cheerleaders. We also want to thank the Mountain View
High school football here on Spanish Fork 17. We're back at halftime between Maple Mountain and Mountain View. Right now, the Golden Eagles leading 27-14. Ryan Pickens alongside Chris Hurst, back for another season of high school football. So far, we're getting the season off to a good start here so far, Chris.
Yeah, exciting game. Wow, it's early August. These games seem like they're starting earlier and earlier, but we got like 11 weeks of action ahead of us. Should be a great season. Maple Mountain looking to get back to that high level, picked to finish 5th in Region 9. For Maple Mountain, they went 3-9. A little bit of a disappointing season. Spanish Fork was able to win the region, and Springville went on to the state championship game, taking second place in state. But it should be an exciting season, as we'll get to cover not only these Maple Mountain Golden Eagles with the Spanish Fork Dons, and also we're sneaking in ALA next week.
ALA at home for Duchesne in a game this coming up next week here on Spanish Fork 17. ALA at home taking on Gunnison tonight, and it's a 38-0 lead for Gunnison.
Gunnison Valley, not to be confused with just Gunnison. No, I don't know if there is a Gunnison High School.
Spanish Fork leading Cedar City. That's 10-0 in the third quarter. Skyview 21, Salem Hills 7. Pacing up on North Sanpete 30-7 at halftime. It's a good one there for the Lions, a couple of local scores. Springville leading Dixie 35-7. That one, 8:55 to go in the third quarter of that one. Looking to see here. Throughout, Salem Hills was trailing to Skyview 21-7 last I saw. Looking to kind of see here, just Timpview Lone Peak, that might be one of the games of the week here.
Orem and East 14-7 for Orem at the half. That's got to be a heavyweight 5A classification matchup.
I was talking about the Timpview Lone Peak game. I forgot the score, 21-0. Timpview on top of Lone Peak.
Whoa, upset alert there.
With that, and I think that's all that I can see so far. Let's take a look at it, Chris. We got under a minute to go before the third quarter. We get ready to go. Keys for each team right now. Let's start with Maple Mountain.
Yeah, Maple Mountain, I think they've got to continue to, well, maybe they should just return kickoffs for touchdowns. They'll get the opportunity to open up the third quarter here as they'll receive the ball, but I think if they get the ball on offense, I think they just maybe try and establish a run, see if they can't wear this Mountain View team, and also work on getting some more rushing attempts here. I think they can do it. And for Mountain View, I think they've got to find some consistency with their backup quarterback, Say Lessa. I believe that's his name. And so Say Lessa, I think he's got to get some confidence here and see if he can't get this team moving. Mountain View does have quite a few guys that they can utilize on the edge, and Dustin, Havea he's probably the guy they're going to look to the most, and we'll see here. But if you're Mountain View, you might want to just kick this out of bounds. 2 touchdowns returned off of kickoffs for Maple Mountain, and Mountain View, how many times did they kick off in the first half, Ryan? It's a trick question. Twice. They scored 2 touchdowns, and they both went back for 7.
I was counting in my head. I was like, I'm pretty sure it was twice. So we're just about set and ready to go. Start of the third quarter, 27-14 in favor of Maple Mountain. Kick this one off, and it's going to go into the end zone right there. And so no return for Maple Mountain. A good kick there for Mountain View. And the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles will start with it at their own 20-yard line right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, so we'll see what Maple Mountain does. They'll have to go 80 yards to find the end zone this time, but if they don't quite make it that far, Gomez had 2 field goals in the first half, with the second one being, what did we decide that was, 31 yards.
So we'll see here Maple Mountain to start the third quarter with the football and a 27-14 lead over Mountain View.
And they're going into the wind, so that may make some of those deep passes hang up in the air a little bit longer.
See if Maple Mountain maybe tries to establish more of the run attack here, Chris, in the third quarter. Ready to go. Here's Heaton on first down, up the middle, and he breaks free into the secondary. Has a first down. He's brought down around the 32-yard line.
Yeah, Heaton with a great run up the middle to open up this quarter. He's wearing number 15, Bryson McQuivey's former number, and Bryson McQuivey being honored each week. Unfortunately, he passed away of leukemia a couple of years ago, but Maple Mountain doing a great job of honoring his memory, and Heaton doing a great job of stepping up wearing that number 15.
Ready to go right here. First down and 10. Here's Jackson Denton on the catch. Denton makes one-man miss, shows that speed across the 50, and for another first down for Maple Mountain to the Mountain View 49-yard line.
Maple Mountain back-to-back first downs. Maybe they'll just alternate between running and throwing. TBD on this play. We'll see what happens. But so far, they've picked up 31 yards on 2 plays.
10:55 to go here in the third quarter. 27-14, Maple Mountain. Ready to go right here. 3 wide receivers for the Golden Eagles. This time, Brogan Miles keeps it, cuts it up, fumble, the ball's loose, but Miles able to fall on it, and he'll...
Miles fumbled to get an extra 2 yards, I believe, and it worked. No.
What I don't know is, I know at some levels they'll move it back to where he fumbled it, but I think in that case they're going to give him the extra 2 yards.
Is that just out of bounds, though? You can't fumble forward out of bounds?
That might be.
We need a uniform set of football rules.
Or we need our own rules expert that we can go to in situations like that. 4 on the play clock for Maple Mountain. The Golden Eagles get it off up the middle with Heaton, and this time he's going to get right back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a half yard or so, and that's going to bring up third down.
Now I'll write the city council, see if we can't get that in the budget. Former line judge up here telling us what we're missing.
Ready to go right here. Third down and about 3, maybe 4. Most likely 2 down territory here for the Golden Eagles.
And nearing that 40-yard line of Mountain View, so this is probably a spot where you don't want to punt it.
Rolling out, Miles throws that one incomplete right there, and that's going to bring up 4th down. A nice job, number 19, Logan Lunt, getting in there to bat that one down, and that's going to bring up 4th down and about 3 or 4 coming up.
Was that 33 that I think got a mid on that? That's Havia from his linebacker spot in there, and so that'll bring up 4th down. Their Golden Eagles are staying on the field here near the 40-yard line.
Ready to go right here. 4th down and about 4 coming up. back to throw with some time. Over towards the sideline. It's incomplete, and that will be a turnover on downs, and the Bruins will have the football.
Yeah, the little bit of pressure from the Bruins defensive line that time on Brogan Miles, and so he has to get rid of it earlier than his receiver cut. So Mountain View starts off with pretty good field position on their own 42. 9:13 to go here, trailing by 13. They get a touchdown here, and they're within a one-possession game. So that was a big stop for the Bruins.
So a nice stop there for the Bruins with 9:13 to go here in the third.
My notes are all over the place, Ryan.
The wind is wreaking havoc up here, even in the booth.
The Eagles' nest is soaring with wind.
We'll see what Mountain View does right here as they're going to go with the quarterback run. Lesa on the carry, gets a couple of yards straight ahead.
Yeah, fakes it that time to Bahula, and then is able to get 1 yard himself, and looks like we've got, is that 74 for the Golden Eagles, is slow to get up there.
Matthias Adams appears to be the Golden Eagle down.
And that'll give us some time to thank our wonderful sponsors here, and we'd like to thank these sponsors for making this and all of our broadcasts possible here on, I gotta find where you sent that, right? Making this broadcast possible, we got Lance Wilson State Farm Insurance, MVP Sports, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Mikkel Thompson Hunter, Attorneys at Law, the Driggs Mortgage Team, Clegg Auto, and Two Jacks Pizza that are sponsoring all these games. I believe we've got 11 lined up between our three wonderful schools here. And next week, where are we going to be at, Ryan?
We will be at ALA for Duchesne and American Leadership Academy.
Duchesne's playing a neutral site game. No, ALA will be defending the original turf here. Now all three high schools have turf fields, and this is a beautiful field the school district has rolled out here for our Maple Mountain Golden Eagles here on Spanish Fork 17. It's come a long ways. This stadium we got a scoreboard that shows replays now. It's 2022. It's technology and prices of some of this stuff's getting to where we can have it at the high school level.
Chris mentioned some of those great games coming up. We're scheduled to be at Spanish Fork August 26th for the game against Desert Hills. Back here September 2nd for Alta and Maple Mountain. Then we get into the thick of Region 9 play.
And Desert Hills beat Brighton on K-Jazz last night.
Lesa throws that one towards the sideline, and it is going to be caught by number 22. I was looking at
it's
the wrong.
Incomplete, I believe. Fairborn, CJ Fairborn breaks up the pass there, brings up 3rd and 9.
Trying to get it out to Ty Mullen. I was looking at the wrong roster with that.
I have to look at your Mountain View roster, so.
8 minutes and 42 seconds to go here in the third. Mountain View with the football, 27-14 lead right here. 5 wide receivers. Now they shift alignment. And there's going to be,
the clock's at 0.
And it should be a delay of game penalty coming right here. And that will back Mountain View up. And it's already 3rd and about 9, but now, Chris, you're talking about a 3rd and 14.
Got to get the official's mic working here. We'll get his call.
Delay a game on the offense. 5-yard penalty remains 3rd down.
3rd and 14. Mountain View had that pass that they nearly caught at Maple Mountain's 49. Instead, they'll back up all the way to their own 38 here.
Once again, spraying the field with 5 wide receivers. Lesa takes the direct snap on kind of a quarterback draw type play, and he's going to be sniffed out for a loss of a couple yards and another Two Jacks Pizza quarterback sack.
That was number 10 that time, I believe, Carter Breenhurst.
And right now, that's going to bring up 4th down and a punting situation here for Mountain View.
Yeah, Mountain View really had great field position and went the wrong way with it. So 3 and out for the Bruins, heading the wrong direction.
Jackson Denton back deep to receive for Maple Mountain. Ready to go right here, and here's the punt away. And that one's going to go out of bounds. They're going to start walking it off from the Mountain View 48-yard line to the 45-yard line. So Maple Mountain with prime field position after the punt right here, and this is where,
goodness, that was a 7-yard punt.
if you're Maple Mountain, you have to take advantage of the field position, right?
Right. I mean, they didn't even punt it past the first down stick. You might as well just go for it. And they had one blocked, so I think things might have been rushed. It's windy as all get out. It's been a weird night from a wind aspect, but you got to do better than a 7-yard punt.
Special teams, especially with like punting and holding, it seems like those first couple of weeks, Chris, we see it be very adventurous in the games we've done over the last few years. Back up the middle, here's Heaton getting the call down to about the 42-yard line.
And getting back to your point
on Denton, actually, I apologize.
Denton, yeah, gets about half what they need down to the Mountain View 42 where their last drive died. But getting back to your point on special teams, that's the difference in this ball game. Maple Mountain gets 14 points off 2 kickoff returns. Mountain View's had a punt blocked. They have a 7-yard punt. I mean, it's just been Maple Mountain's won the battle between the special teams here, and that's really, I think, the big difference. Mountain View's defense has only allowed 13 points.
Brogan Miles looking downfield towards the sideline. That's complete to Merrill, and that should be enough for a first down to the 24-yard line of Mountain View. A nice job by Brogan Miles. A nice kind of just easy pitch and catch.
Down to they got down just to the 34 there. We're 10 yards off, but Maple Mountain will need to get to the 24 to pick up a first. Just over 7 minutes here in the third quarter.
7:07 to go right here in the third. No safety help over the top, so if Maple Mountain takes a shot, it's potentially there, but they'll go with Denton around the left side, and Denton again gets about half of what's needed down to the 30.
Yeah, and you know, if you get 5 yards running on first down, that's great. Getting that 2nd and 5, now Maple Mountain has a lot of options. You can keep it on the ground here again, throw it through the air. You really take a shot because most likely Burnshaw from from Mountain View's 30 is going to go for it on 4th. So your entire playbook's open.
I don't know a coach in the world that won't take 5 yards, Chris, on a running play. There's CJ Fairborn. He makes the catch, tries to bounce outside. He's down to the 22-yard line, and that's another Maple Mountain first down. And this is where I think you might start to see Maple Mountain wearing out the Mountain View defense a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. And what a great tackle by Batista that time, because it looked like Fairborn might go a little bit further. But Maple Mountain's offense on this drive, even though they got great field position, they've had great success on every snap, and just getting those positive yards. That's all the option teams ever wanted to do, just get 4 or 5 yards every play, take up a lot of time, wear out your opponent.
1st and 10 from the 22 of Mountain View. A give right up the middle, a big hole lowering the head, and is
23 Yoshi
right there, gets the carry down to the 8-yard line.
I'm going to say Tetsuya Yoshi
right there, and it's 1st and goal, Maple Mountain.
What a collision inside that at the end of that play, as Yoshi just lowers that shoulder and gets a couple of extra yards after contact.
5:05 to go right here in the third quarter. Maple Mountain threatening here inside the 10. Miles back to throw, drops it off again, And there's a penalty flag, it looks like, that came in from the far side of the field, which I think is going to probably take any gain away right here from Maple Mountain. We'll see what the call from our referee is here.
Between the play, illegal shift on the offense. 5-yard penalty, replay, first down.
Yeah, if we had a rules expert here, he'd tell us that only one guy can shift at a time. So apparently 2 guys were shifting for Maple Mountain before they reset for a second. And so that'll negate that play and push them back 5 yards, and we'll keep it first down.
We got something better than a rules expert. Chris, we have you.
Oh, well, thanks.
Right.
Probably better looking than any rules expert we could hire.
First and goal still from the 12-yard line right here. 3 wide receivers ready to go. Ready to go. Back to throw. Miles rolls out. Looking end zone. Has a man out there sliding, and coming up with the catch is, I believe, Jackson Denton for the touchdown.
Jackson Denton just glides across the end zone, catches a 12-yard touchdown pass. 4:25 to go, and Maple Mountains extended that lead to 33-14. Gomez's PAT attempt pending.
So Maple Mountain now, it could be a back-breaking touchdown if you're the Bruins. But we'll see here what Sam Gomez does right here.
At the conclusion of this game, we're going to have a tough time picking who to give the MVP Sports MVP player of the game to, because, wow, everybody's an MVP tonight. Everybody gets a trophy.
Kick is up and good for Sam Gomez, and it is a 34-14 lead for Maple Mountain on top of Mountain View. And like Chris mentioned, under 5 minutes at 4:25 to play in the third quarter, Mountain View has to have a little sense of urgency now with the football.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to have to go fast. They're going to have to probably get rid of the running game at some level, and just, they've got a sophomore at quarterback, though. So maybe you're not necessarily playing for this week. Maybe you're playing for next week and just trying to build some confidence. Because earlier in this ball game, unfortunately, McCarty took a hit at the sideline, and they carted him back to his parents' vehicle. It was good seeing he didn't get in the ambulance, but I did see him cart him through the parking lot.
Ready to go right here. They'll kick this one away, does Gomez. And this one headed towards the end zone, and it will end up in the end zone. And so that will not be returned. In high school football, you don't have the option if it goes into the end zone. Sometimes if you only have 1 foot, they'll let you bring it out. But if both feet are in the end zone, it's a touchback.
Well, technically, they just didn't see your 1 foot in the end zone, but we've seen it before.
Trying to give the officials the benefit of the doubt, Chris.
Also, you've seen guys put their heels against the line and jump up and see if they can catch it to return it. But best play in football, just kick it through the end zone. And that wind finally sounds like we're not in a hurricane, and it's not moving as much right now.
Was it the Seattle Seahawks that had a safety that would start like 15 yards away and just sprint and try to jump over the center? I think it was the Seahawks. Lesa drops it off there to the back, out of the backfield for a yard or 2 on first down.
Yeah, I think they've changed some of those scenes where you can't jump over the line at some of the levels. You have to let the center snap it at the NFL. You can't hit him as he's snapping. All sorts of things in the name of safety on the extra points. But over the years, there have been all sorts of creative ideas on how to try and get blocks, how to get an advantage.
Next week, Maple Mountain heads to Park City to take on the Miners, as that will be a carry, I think, for Pahulu, but Pahulu gets, I think, just back to the line of scrimmage, and that brings up third down.
Yeah, and Mountain View's really not showing any energy. There's 3:30 to go in this ball game. There's still plenty of time. You're only down by 20, but it's almost like they're just kind of walking out there now. And you see Maple Mountain a little bit more on offense, a little more energetic. So Mountain View, unfortunately, is kind of one of those programs that's been in a lull. Last year, 1-9. But they play in a region where they could win a few games. That's one of the weaker regions in 5A, Region 7, in my opinion.
Down the middle of the field, that pass there is incomplete. Maple Mountain's defensive backs able to get there as Lesa kind of tried to thread the needle to get it in right there to Calvin Floyd.
Yeah, it looked like it hit Floyd right in the hands. Instead, it'll be 4th and 9 here, 3:03 to go. Third quarter, so Maple Mountain really starting to pile on a lead. It looks like it's going to be a victory for the Golden Eagles, just the way things are trending.
Atwood set to punt it away. Mountain View next week will hit the road. They go to Morgan to take on the Trojans. Punt this one away. Atwood, and this punt's going to take a Mountain View bounce around the 35-yard line, and it's going to be down right around the Mountain View 49. So it takes about a 10-yard bounce right now, but the ball is still in Mountain View territory right here. Short field for Maple Mountain.
Yeah, anytime you can start on the plus side of the field, your probability of scoring increases significantly, according to the statistical guys I listen to on ESPN. So we'll take their word for it. So Maple Mountain starts off with great field position. On this half, they've had great success running it up the middle. They've been able to throw it to the edges. They've had a couple of tunnel screens. So pretty much everything they've done has worked outside of that one drive where they were moving it and it kind of stalled in Mountain View's territory.
Jackson Denton in the backfield for Maple Mountain. Brogan Miles at quarterback. Receiver in motion, and it's a new quarterback, it looks like, in the game.
That was probably Heaton, wasn't it?
That was Banks Jackson, number 5.
Oh, Banks. I saw 15. I apologize.
And Jackson, I think, was the ball carrier, just getting back to the line of scrimmage. So I don't know if the night for Brogan Miles is done, or they're maybe just trying to get Banks Jackson some time with the first teamers. I don't see a lot of second team guys in there for Maple Mountain right now.
Yep. Banks Jackson, a junior, along with Brogan Miles. Brogan Miles just sounds like a football player. His name.
Ready to go. Jackson from shotgun. Back to throw. And that one's almost intercepted, but it goes incomplete. Trying to get it out there to Justin Jacobson, a senior wide receiver.
Justin Jacobson out there tries to make the diving catch, and it does feel like Maple Mountain's actually put in quite a few different guys here, because I'm starting to have to look at the roster again. Is McKay Jakes? He seems like he had a drop earlier, but a lot of these guys are I think they're rotating some in there, trying to probably have some tryouts in a live environment. Hey, let's see if somebody can make a play and we can utilize them as we, go throughout this season.
Third down, Jackson back to throw. Looks over the middle. That one goes incomplete. Trying to get it to 22 Bringhurst, but there's a penalty flag.
It's ineligible receiver.
So this one's probably going to be declined, to be my guess. Unless Mountain View wants to push Maple Mountain back. And it looks like they're going to actually take the penalty and push Maple Mountain back.
Let's see if we can get the call
Leave a
here.
man downfield on the offense. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
So they do decline it. 4th down. The Golden Eagles will either have to punt or go for it. And it looks like they will elect to punt right here.
Yeah, and Maple Mountain might have called one of those run pass options, and just one of the linemen, he was well downfield. It was pretty obvious that was the right call for the officials to make, but Maple Mountain had a turnover on downs a couple times. They had an interception. I don't remember them punting.
Sam Gomez into punt. Maple Mountain late getting the last man on the field. And that one's going to go out of bounds at the 22, and a penalty flag comes in. One of their players jumped on the field right around the 40 and then stood there, looked at his coaches, and just ran down the field.
Well, maybe not enough men on the line. Who knows? Well, they're sorting this out as, well, I said we didn't have very many penalties, and now it feels like we're getting back-to-back penalties here.
It's week 1, everybody kind of getting used to the personnel, getting in and out, and right here. So
Penalty for illegal substitution. First down, Mountain View.
So first down Bruins. No, they'll waive the penalty off, and it's Bruins football.
I think that time the official ran down there and the other officials like, look, scoreboard 147. Yeah, let's third quarter. Let's get this game going. We get paid by the game, not by the hour, sir.
Right now, minute 47 to go here in the third quarter.
Well, the wind must have picked back up. My rosters went everywhere. As it's been a windy night. But anytime you're at the mouth of Spanish Fork Canyon and that's where you elect to build a high school, you're going to run into that problem. And we've seen a lot of windy games here.
Yeah, this is actually pretty normal, I feel like. Now it's kind of settling into a more normal range.
Normal wind. 10 to 15 mile per hour gusts.
Mountain View with the football. First and 10 Bruins. Lesa back to throw. Steps up, now rolls away, being brought down, and he's sacked inside the 10. It was number 10. That is Bringhurst on the 2 Jacks Pizza quarterback sack.
The senior Bringhurst, they list him 6'3", 205. He's playing like he's 6'5", 265 in the NFL tonight, as he's just been bringing the heat from the edge. And how many sacks are the Golden Eagles up to? 4 or 5?
So that's, I think, Bringhurst's third.
Third sack. Golden Eagles will say they're up to 6. We're trying to count.
5, 6, something like that.
5.5. We'll round it.
Back to throw here. Lace up, bobbles the snap. It's in the end zone. Picks it up. Now throws at the last minute. Incomplete. Just trying to get rid of it.
That thing had safety written all over it.
And it'll be third down coming up. That's a dangerous throw for Lesa to make that back over the middle of the field. Isn't that a situation maybe Chris just throw it away?
I mean, the fact that he picked the ball up and didn't get sacked in the end zone felt like a miracle, so maybe he was counting on a double miracle. So he does throw it across, and you are right, that's probably something he just looks to throw it to the sideline, but nonetheless, no harm, no foul.
Third and long, Bringhurst coming. Maple Mountain hits the quarterback as the pass goes incomplete. And we'll see.
It's like Bringhurst and the other defensive end hit the quarterback. I can't see the number.
And it's fourth down, and we'll get ready for a Mountain View punt right here. 47 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Coming up in our post-game show, we'll have a quick game recap for you. We'll have our MVP Sports MVP of the game coming up right here this evening on Spanish Fork 17.
And Mountain View trailing by 20 here in the third quarter to the Maple Mountain, 34-14.
Low snap, they get the punt off. It takes a nice Mountain View bounce from the 40-yard line there to about the Maple Mountain 47-yard line. But with the low snap, Mountain View there fortunate just to be able to get the punt off.
That punt looked like it was going to die about the 30, and it just kept on rolling. And so I don't know if it rolled further on the ground than it did in the air, but that's what my perception was.
So right here, Maple Mountain with the football at their own 48-yard line. 40 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, Maple Mountain's really kind of pulled it back on the passing game here, but they'll bring Brogan Miles back in.
So Miles back in to run the offense. They'll give it up the middle, driving, it looks like for 6 yards.
We're going to go Yashi on that carry, just putting his head down, running like a bull, gets 6 yards.
And that's going to bring up second down and about 4 coming up. They're going to give him 6 yards on first down for Yashi.
Looks like Maple Mountain's electing to let the quarter run out here, play for the fourth with a 20-point lead.
So we'll get ready to head to the fourth here on Spanish Fork 17. Maple Mountain 34, Mountain View 14. High school football comes back after the break here on Spanish Fork 17. High school football here on Spanish Fork 17. Start of quarter number 4 from Golden Eagles Stadium here as the Maple Mountain leading Mountain View 34-14. The Golden Eagles looking to go to 1-0 on the year. And right now in a pretty good position as Jackson Denton makes the catch, gets outside the 40. It's a foot race down the sideline. Denton to the 10, to the 5, touchdown, Maple Mountain.
Well, Denton with the hat trick. He gets his 3rd touchdown. He's got his 2nd catch of the night for a touchdown. He also had a kickoff return. So Maple Mountain with a 40-14 lead to open up the 4th quarter.
One play, 46 yards from Denton to, or sorry, not from Denton, but from Miles to Denton. And Sam Gomez runs on for the extra point. Maple Mountain now really outgaining Mountain View. They really pulled away in that 3rd quarter as a team. 236 offensive yards to 149. And I don't know if that includes the touchdown from a moment ago. Gomez's extra point is good, and it's a 41-14 lead for Maple Mountain on top of Mountain View.
Yeah, and really the turning point in this game for Mountain View was when McCarty got knocked to the ground awkwardly, has to leave the game. He'd been the true Bruin out there, just running that offense, making great plays with his legs, with his arm, and Sealesa has come in as a sophomore, done an incredible job filling in, but just hasn't had the same ability to run this Bruin offense. And Maple Mountain now able to add 14 points to their halftime lead here in the 2nd half. It's really kind of slowed it down, but they've allowed some guys to get some opportunities to try and make some plays, and they even let Banks Jackson come in, run a possession. So this has been a great opening game for Maple Mountain so far. You have the opportunity to play a lot of different guys, get some experience for some people, see who's going to ball out this season for the Golden Eagles.
Sam Gomez to kick it away, and this one is deep and into the end zone for a touchback. So the Bruins will have the ball at their own 20-yard line to start the drive. 11:50 to go here in the 4th quarter. Next Friday night here on Spanish Fork 17, we'll be over at American Leadership Academy for Duchesne and ALA. Should be a fun one. My first trip over to ALA since being here at Spanish Fork 17.
Yeah, this will 3rd or 4th, but yeah, we did a basketball game, the Dons versus the Eagles over there at American Leadership Academy last winter. So great to be back there. We love their football field. That was the first time I ever played flag football on a turf field. So they're the OGs with this turf.
Right here, ready to go. 1st and 10 Bruins. There's a give up the middle, and a quiet night going so far for number 9, and that is Lamesi Pahalu, who really is having a better night. It really has had some good carries, just hasn't been able to get him consistent enough.
Yeah, and part of that is just Maple Mountain's ability to get into the Bruins' backfield here. But 2nd and 4, we'll see if Mountain View can sustain a drive, maybe make this game a little bit closer for the internet scores.
Ready to go right here, and there's a penalty. Whistle's blown, I think a penalty flag.
It's a pre-snap one, so we'll have to see what the call is.
Snap, encroachment on the defense, 5-yard penalty.
Maple Mountain.
In the 1st down.
Maple Mountain trying to time the snap, and there it just didn't quite get the right timing. The penalty gives Mountain View a 1st down right here.
Yeah, Mountain View will take it.
Ready to go right here. 11:06. Bruins with the football there. Trying to, I think, get it outside there. Not much there for Pahulu.
Pahulu stiff-armed his way to a 4-yard loss out of bounds. He's got to not worry about throwing the stiff arm and worrying about planting that butt and getting north and south rather than going out on the east sideline.
So right here, Lesa at quarterback with 4 wide receivers. Pahulu the back. They send Peterson, the wide receiver, in motion, and a whistle's blow once again. We'll see what the call's going to be right here. And this will be false start.
5-yard penalty.
And this is going to back the Bruins up 5 more.
A 2nd and 18 for the Bruins. They had 1st and 10 after that encroachment penalty, and now they've shot themselves in the foot, and they're almost inside their own 20.
Ready to go right here. Peterson back in motion. High snap. They're able to get it down. Pahulu on the carry. Goes straight ahead for about 3 yards.
That snap really messed up the timing of that play because the line actually did a good job of developing a hole, but Pahuli had to wait just a couple of seconds to get that ball because of the high snap.
So right here, we'll see what the third down and about, what, 14?
3rd and 15. Looks like Maple Mountains dropped that second safety back a little bit as well. Kind of possible cover 2 look.
They're going to pull, or they fake the run. Here's Floyd, number 4 on the catch. He'll be well short of the yard to gain, and that will bring up 4th down and about probably 8 or 9 coming up right here for the Bruins.
Yeah, Pugmire and Fairborn escorted Floyd out of bounds, and Maple Mountain will give up 1 first down but not a second, so they'll get the ball back here. 10:18 to go, 4th quarter, up by a bundle. I think that's 27. So if they score a touchdown and they go for 2, that would get us into the mercy rule of 35 points. I've seen coaches do that just to get the clock going.
Mountain View will punt this one away as they get a good punt off. It takes a Mountain View bounce around the 42 and rolls dead at the 35-yard line. It will be downed there with 10:09 to play in quarter number 4 here from Maple Mountain.
The big mystery is who's going to be quarterbacking the Golden Eagles. Are they going to let Banks Jackson get another possession this early, or are they going to try and throw Broken Miles out there to get one more drive? As Maple Mountains, now, they're going to win this game, so now they're probably just, hey, how do we stay healthy? How do we get ready for Park City? And how do we gain experience is probably the new objectives remaining in this game.
And that's the thing. I mean, at this point, you want to get out of this game healthy if you're Maple Mountain. Same thing if you're really Mountain View at this point. You don't want to lose anybody. They've had a couple of guys go down tonight, but you don't want to continue to lose players, especially week 1.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's Banks Jackson in there, quarterback for Maple Mountain, and the carry there goes to Nick Hoffines, and not much going on. In fact, a loss of 3 on first down.
Yeah, and you can tell Mountain View might have kept in their starters, and Maple Mountain kind of got their second team in there, and really the blocking was not as sustained as it has been on some of these earlier drives. Got to give Hoffines a chance to get it going.
9:37 to go here in quarter number 4. Of course, the junior varsity and sophomores, they haven't started yet. They'll get started this next week. Banks Jackson sets up a screen pass. That's complete. Yoshi across the 45. He's brought down right around the 49. A penalty flag came in towards the end of the play, and we'll see here what the call's going to be.
Yeah, my guess is the completion's going to be fine. I'm going to go with potentially face mask, but we'll find out.
During the run, holding on the offense. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. It'll still be second down.
So they'll back Maple Mountain up 10 yards for a hold. And that's going to put it back to the 35-yard line. So essentially it just takes the play back. You go back to 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 from 2nd and 13. They picked up 3 yards on a big play. Big gap, or big gainer that time negated.
Ready to go right here. 9:09 to play here. Banks Jackson takes the quarterback draw, goes ahead, gets a couple of yards to the 37-yard line, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and probably about 8 or so coming up for Maple Mountain.
Yeah, you're on Mountain View's, or your own 42-yard line here. So Banks Jackson has shown the ability to throw it some of those short passes. So I wonder if you try and get somebody on one of those short screen type bubble screens they've been having and seeing if a receiver can't get a few extra yards for you.
Ready to go. Banks Jackson at quarterback, takes the snap. Back to throw with some time. Pressure comes. Now he runs away. Across the 40, fires it. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 48 of Mountain View. That is number 32 on the INT, Austin Atwood. And Atwood gets it back to the 50-yard line. And Mountain View there forces the turnover with 8:15 to play in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, second INT thrown by Maple Mountain, the first on the season for Banks Jackson. Mountain View starts 1 yard away from center field there, and they'll, I guess it's midfield. We're not watching baseball, my apologies. Yeah, on their own 49. So see if Mountain View can make this one a little bit closer, down 27. Leslie, hopefully, if he can get this team going, get some confidence going into next week, where Mountain View plays Morgan. I believe Morgan's a classification down. The Trojans of Morgan.
Ready to go. Peterson goes in motion, number 1. And whistles blow. We have a flag on the play.
Ball start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
So false start, that will back the Bruins up back 5 yards.
The first half was very clean. Now it's turned into a penalty fest 2022.
Ready to go, 1st and 15 Bruins. Ready to go right here, 4 wide receivers. Peterson, number 1, the motion. There's a high snap, gets away. Lace has to run back. He'll just fall on it back at the 30. And so you lose 5 on the penalty, and now you're going to add about 12 to it, Chris. And Mountain View going backwards here with 8 minutes to play in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're on your own 31. You got to get all the way to Maple Mountain's 41. So it's not going in the right direction with penalties and center to quarterback exchange issues for Mountain View, and it just seems like the train's coming off the tracks for the Bruins. And that's what happens when you're consistently struggling to get wins as a program. They started out pretty evenly matched in this game, and just Maple Mountain believed they were going to win, and Mountain View's kind of really had some injuries and struggled.
Mountain View there taking a shot down the field. That one goes incomplete.
That's got to be a penalty on Mountain View. You can't tackle the cornerback. He has the right to go for the ball. Number 4 that time, Floyd, gets away with one. Officials do not call anything, and maybe he's just trying to get the pass interference on the defender Fairmore out there.
So it'll be 3rd and really long coming up. 3rd and 29 for the Bruins. Not much in the playbook, Chris, to help you with 3rd and 29.
Yeah, Hail Mary.
4 wide receivers, 1 in motion. Back to throw with some time over the middle. That one is in and out of the hands, but it looks like it was caught at the 49, and that's Floyd over the middle, and it's going to bring up 4th down, about 10. A nice job there from the Bruins. Chris able to get a big chunk play. You just maybe wish you could have gotten that on maybe on second down.
Yeah, well, they had 2nd and 29, so it took them a while to get to 4th and 10, so they're back to the original line of scrimmage. No harm, no foul. They're going to go for it here. Right short of mid/center field.
6:44 to play here in the fourth quarter. I've done that before, Chris. Don't worry. 2 seconds on the play clock. They get it off. Back to throw, looking deep, pressured now, and Maple Mountain's going to get to him for a 2 Jack's Pizza quarterback sack.
And we'll say that's at least half a dozen sacks, maybe a half a dozen and 1 sacks, and these Golden Eagles defensive linemen are able to get a lot of pressure and allowing the secondary to drop 7 guys back, and Maple Mountain gets great field position up by 27. Dream game here for the Golden Eagles. This is how you want to start out the season.
So right now, Maple Mountain takes over on downs. I believe it was number 51, Gabe Rockwood. One of the Golden Eagles. There's 3 there. And
yeah, I was just going to say the only downside of this game is I think Mountain View's projected to be 7th out of 8 teams in Region 7. This might not help long term with your RPI.
Banks Jackson at quarterback. Here's the give right up the middle. I think this is Jackson Denton on the carry.
Harding's ball carrier, brought down by Cueva.
And that's not right. It was...
I can't even see the number of the guy that carried it. They said Hardy.
Yeah, I believe. Oh, yeah. Farron Hardy, number 32.
Maple Mountain's really letting that play clock go down. So it's under 20 here with 5:19 to go. So they're taking their time. So they're in that, I guess we call it the 4-minute offense where you take your time.
Right here. Maple Mountain trying to use that clock and get a win to start their season. Banks Jackson, quarterback keeper, takes the draw, and he's going to have, I think, enough for a first down. It's going to be close, needs the 33, and it's going to be enough for a first down right here for Maple Mountain.
I don't know if that was a design quarterback draw there, but it looked, if it is, they faked me out because it looked like it was going to be a pass, and then everybody all of a sudden took a count and then started blocking. So fantastic run nonetheless by Banks Jackson. Under 4:30 here in the 4th.
1st and 10 coming up here for Maple Mountain. Down to the 28-yard line. And here's a give right up the middle. That's Hardy. The ball's loose, and I think Mountain View's got it.
Yeah.
And the Bruins come away with it. First down, Mountain View.
Bruins jumping up and down. They'll get the ball at their own 21-22.
Farron Hardy, number 32, was on the carry. And a nice job. The 3rd turnover forced by the Bruins here this evening. And now they'll have another shot with 4:15 to go with the football. Opportunity to cut into this Maple Mountain lead.
Yeah, the Bruins are huddling up, and the officials like, come on, let's go, guys. There's only 4:15 to go here.
The officials, even in between, usually I would say there's probably been about a minute or so in between touchdowns in the past and to the kickoffs. Tonight it's been touchdown, give us the ball, teams get back on the field.
Yeah.
They're playing quick.
I think they were worried about a lightning delay and having an early break, but the weather was a little bit rainy. There was some lightning and thunder earlier in this afternoon, but it's really cleared up since, I don't know, the first couple minutes of the game.
1st and 10 Bruins, ball on, there's a penalty flag right here. The ball's on their 23-yard line.
Red ball, snap infraction on the offense.
And this will be against Mountain View. This will be a snap infraction, and it will back them up 5.
That's one you don't hear called very often.
Lace up pump fakes, tries to run up the middle. He'll get a few yards back. He'll get to about the 27-yard line or so. So he'll get a good gain there on first down.
Gets it to the 26th, and now they're a couple of yards past the original line of scrimmage. And really, Mountain View has not helped themselves the last few drives. They've had some, moments where they've moved the ball, but then they just have a penalty. And so that's something they'll want to work on as they prep for Morgan next week. Back-to-back road games for Mountain View. Their athletic director doesn't like them either.
Ready to go right here. 2nd down and 6 coming up. There's the give up the middle. Not much there going on. Maybe a half yard or so. As that was number 23, I believe, on the carry. Cueva. But, Chris, I mean, that's the thing, especially with some of these early schedules. Maple Mountain goes to Park City. Spanish Fork went to Cedar City tonight. Next week, they go down to play Crimson Cliffs down in St. George. So a couple of long trips for the Dons to start the 22 season.
We saw the Crimson Cliff team come up as there's a run of about 4 or 5 yards. It'll bring up 4th and short. Last year at the Don's new stadium, I think they call it Don Stadium.
So 4th down and about a yard, maybe a yard and a half coming up right here for Mountain View.
Mountain View's punter, he's not great at getting hang time, but he's great at getting that knuckleball to roll about 30 yards.
Maple Mountain sending number 28, Gavin Corey, back deep to receive the punt. The punt will bounce out of bounds at around the Maple Mountain 46-yard line is where they're going to spot it with 2:07 to go here in quarter number 4. Maple Mountain, Chris, looks like they're going to move to 1-0.
Looks like they will, and I imagine they've come out and they found some players. Merrill, Denton, Miles really did a great job of leading this team. So they've had a lot of explosive plays tonight, and their defense has done a great job of putting pressure on the quarterback. So I think Maple Mountain's got a lot to be excited about, but they'll get another big test next week at Park City.
The Miners have put together a good program up there. They're not too far removed from playing at least in a state semifinal. Banks Jackson on the carry over towards the sideline. He'll go ahead and get about 4 or so on 1st down.
Yeah, it's a game you want to avoid losing because you drop down to that 3A classification. Is that right? 4A classification. And so you kind of get a little bit penalized in the RPI, especially if you lose that game. But if you're Park City, that could be a huge win.
Maple Mountain then comes home. We'll see them, I think, on the 2nd of September. We'll see them against Alta. Maple Mountain, I think, hosts Farmington in between. Banks Jackson, quarterback draw, gets outside. It's going to be close if he's got a 1st down with forward progress. I think he's going to be about a yard short.
I'm probably going to have a hold here, so it'll all be for naught as we're now under 2 minutes.
And those penalties have really added up here in the second half for both teams, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's one thing that both head coaches will want to clean up this week.
Oh, on the offense, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. 2nd down.
And it was not too bad at all compared to some games we've seen in the first half. In this second half, it's just, I don't know if it's people are tired, so you're making more mental mistakes, or if they've had a few extra guys that haven't played varsity level football out there. And so anyways, it's kind of made this second half, it's not been competitive, and it's kind of drug on a little bit.
Banks Jackson at quarterback, gives it to the back up the middle. And that again is number 23. That is Yishi on the carry. And that's how I was told before the game, Yishi,
okay. So yeah, we had 14 points here in the second half. The first half, we had 41.
So down to 1:23 here. And it's going to be 3rd down and about 5 coming up for Maple Mountain. Banks Jackson gives it up the middle. Again, another carry, this time for number 27, Nick Hoffines.
Yeah, and brings up 4th down. Maple Mountain gets that 1st down. They're able to take a knee. Instead, they've got a decision to make here, and it looks like they're going to punt.
There's about 18 seconds or so between game clock and play clock. And Sam Gomez is coming onto the field, so I think Maple Mountain's going to punt it. But don't be surprised if they run that play clock down and Brad Burtonshaw calls time. Especially Maple Mountain.
They're very disorganized.
I don't think they have.
They got 8 seconds to get it off.
This might be a time to use a timeout if you're Brad Burtonshaw. Down to 2, they get it off. Gomez punts it away.
Got about 8 guys in motion, so they'll get an illegal shift penalty, or not too many guys on the field, and we'll see what the call is.
It didn't look like there was 11.
Official threw the flag as soon as it was snapped.
I counted 10 on the field.
Illegal shift on the kicking team. That penalty is declined. Stolen play. Touchback.
So Mountain View declines the penalty. It will be 1st and 10 Bruins at the 20 with 21 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter.
They should always give you the option. Yeah, there was a penalty. We just want to take some additional yards after the punt. But probably doesn't matter.
Key takeaways, Chris, from week one for both teams.
I was very impressed with Maple Mountain's explosive play from the skills position. They look like they have some athletes like they always do out on the edges, especially at the receivers. Secondary for Maple Mountain also looked pretty good. Defensive line was sacking people like it was nobody's business. Mountain View, I think they had some really good plays, especially through the air early on. We'll have to see if they can get the McCarthy back, but I think they have a lot of promise ahead of them too.
Lesa back to throw, taking a shot over the middle. That's caught around midfield. A nice pickup right there. Floyd on the catch. Gets it down to the Maple Mountain 48-yard line. Clock right now will start running once the chains get set.
Yeah, 13 seconds to go here for Lesa. That's probably time for one or two more passes.
10 seconds. Lesa trying to get set right here. They're going to have to hurry. 5 seconds on the game clock. Mountain View needs to hurry. 2 seconds, 1 second. They maybe just barely got it off right here. Lesa looking downfield, now being pressured. Steps away from one, steps away from a second, and now gets up to around the 50-yard line. Heaves it downfield, and it's incomplete. And that's how the game will come to an end. Maple Mountain gets a 41-14 win in week number 1 over Mountain View. We will take a quick break. We'll come back, have some final thoughts, and have our MVP Sports MVP of the game. You're watching high school football on Spanish Fork 17. Well, back here on Spanish Fork 17, a 41-14 final. Maple Mountain over Mountain View. Ryan Pickens alongside Chris Hurst. And Chris, you take a look at this week 1 game. You never really know what you're going to get week 1, whether you're going to get, a great offensive showdown. Maybe your defenses are kind of struggling, a ton of penalties. We've seen it all over the years together here. But Maple Mountain came out and really played played a complete game tonight.
Yeah, they played really good on the offensive side at times. They had a couple of penalties, 2 interceptions that they need to clean up. But overall, the offense looked explosive. Special teams, they were kicking the ball out of the end zone. Definitely had a better punting game than Mountain View did, and scored 2 touchdowns off 2 kickoff returns there in the first half. And defense, they had 1 million sacks. And so really that defensive line was able to get after that quarterback, both quarterbacks for Mountain View. So if you're Maple Mountain, you got to feel pretty good about yourself. I wouldn't get too full of myself because you got to realize Mountain View finished 1-9 last year. It's a long season. So let's just take it one game at a time. But next week will be a tough test as they travel up the canyon to Park City.
It will be interesting to see what happens over the next couple of weeks with Maple Mountain. The Golden Eagles have really a chance to build off this game when you look at it. If you're with Mountain View, really, and you kind of summed it up earlier in the third quarter, Chris, and you're 100% right from what I'm seeing. The game-changing moment was when the injury to the quarterback happened and they had to change quarterbacks. And once that happened, Chris, it just seemed like the offense for Mountain View kind of lost all momentum they had.
Oh, yeah, and it's unfortunate because they carted off McCarty. And Mountain View just didn't seem like they had the offensive horsepower, and their defense just got tired. I mean, Maple Mountain really didn't do a whole lot. They scored 14 points in the second half. And Mountain View's defense, prior to that, had only given up 13 points. Their special teams had given up 14. But it just seemed like the air went out of their cells, if you will. And they, but they've got to figure out, if he's going to be able to come back, and if so, when. But figure out how to get a game plan around Leslie, and they've got to give him time. He's young, he's a sophomore, and they were just throwing him to the wolves.
And really a tough situation for the Mountain View Bruins. We take a look at it here. With that, let's have our MVP Sports MVP of the game. Couple of different ways we could go tonight, Chris, but tonight's MVP really had one of those kind of complete games, and one of those games you want to have, especially when you're trying to get your senior year going. You want to have a good game. This player did that tonight.
Yeah, we're going to give it to Jackson Denton. He had 3 touchdowns, 2 through the air. As not throwing, is catching, 2 receptions. Let's be specific. And he had that return for a touchdown off a kickoff, really to get this game going. And he showed a great speed, great athleticism, and the ability to cut the ball back when he needed to. So he's our MVP Sports Player of the game, but we could have given it to a bunch of guys here. And but Maple Mountain, complete game, as you mentioned, Ryan. Very impressive. They took care of business.
It'll be interesting to see what happens as the season continues for really both these teams. Let's take a look. Next week, we go to American Leadership Academy. Duchesne's in town. We haven't really seen a lot with ALA, but anytime you're playing a team with a program history of Duchesne, it's a big-time game.
Yeah, Duchesne will make the lawn bus drive down the canyon into I guess ALA's stadium there, and we'll have it for you. We'll do some research and we'll be prepared for that one ourselves, but it should be a good game like always here on SFCN.
We'll say so long for tonight. Please join us next Friday night at 7 p.m. start from ALA. For my partner, Chris Hurst, and our entire Spanish Fork Community Network sports team, I'm Ryan Pickens saying so long and have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time for more high school football.